to carry more than 90 missiles achieved through the
あら、
utilization of the
指揮
Mark
官様。
41 vertical
雲
launching
仙と
system.
同時に執務室
This
に
unit
到着
measures
するとは
approximately
奇遇ですね。
25 feet in length. Placing it in front of a person provides a tangible
冗談。
sense of its size. Now let's delve into how the hot launch system operates through super simple basic animations. The VLS door cell opens for the missile. As the missile ignites, the exhaust gases are directed upwards through a designated vent, as shown in this visualization. This design enables the missile to launch independently, free from any gases. Let's now take a closer look inside the missile. This is the standard missile, or TESM-6. At the front is the guidance section, and just behind it is the autopilot or battery section. A quick reminder, this is a two-stage missile. The first stage consists of a solid rocket booster or sustainer, which separates from the missile when it finished its job. The second stage then activates, thrusting the missile to a range of Mach 3.5, equivalent to around 2,664 miles per hour. This missile stands at a height of 6.6 meters, translating to around 21 feet. To provide some perspective, comparing this to a person will help you understand its size. Interestingly, this missile weighs a staggering 1,500 kilograms, converting to empirical unit. It is around 3,306 pounds. That was the first layer of defense. The second layer involves a close-in weapon system, such as the phalanx. At the
あら、指揮官様。雲仙と同時に執務室に到着するとは
Alright,
奇遇で
welcome
すね。
to Snowrealm Predestination.
冗談ですよ。お部屋から出た時から一緒でしたもの。
Alright, so what's we got Sovetsky Soyuz saying? Behold, a diabetes-inducingly cute creature. Such diabolic cuteness. That's diabetes-inducing for sure. That's an Arctic hare. Though it looks quite harmless, it's actually quite strong. Strong, huh? I don't know. Looks like a big ball of fluff I could just eat up. I mean, they could jump 3 meters and run 60 kilometers an hour. That would be hard to catch.
指揮官
You
様。
kidding me? I
せ
can
め
move
て
as
一
fast as
読
cutting
して
edge
から
carrier.
ボックスに戻した方が良いと存じますが。
Benson. What a cute little guy. Can I take him home with me to Planet Bunny? Planet Bunny, where or what is that? It's a planet out there in space. Okay, Benson. Alright. Thanks, I've got diabetes now. Alright. Endless drama in the sleepless city. What's this about? On a faraway continent, there is a skyscraper-filled city that knows no night. Many call it the sleepless city. Equal parts elegant and vulgar, this neon paradise both consumes and treasures money like water itself. The fearless and the fools flock there chasing dreams, a gaping maw of collective greed. Those living at the base of the Manju Tower experience no change, but inside has reached a boiling point. A ticking time bomb of corruption has become. Endless drama in the sleepless city. Okay. This is to show off all of the new skins. I hear someone calling. Dots. Illusion. Wake up. Wake up, night. There's still work to do. haze of my mind gradually clears. First, I see a girl abounding with curiosity. Second, I see a jail cell so decrepit that it looks ready to collapse at any given moment. Caught me, huh? Me, the commander. I try to recall my memories, but nothing comes up. So you finally woke up, Knight? Who are you? You don't remember a thing, do you? Who am I? Not important. Remembering who you are is a lot more important, though. Commander, what are... Bzz. Suddenly, fragmented memories rush into my mind like a flurry of snow. Anju guard. Cheap, cheap. Tweet, cheap, cheap, cheap. Cheap, cheap, cheap. Oh, okay. Kaboom. An explosive wave of scorching hot air blows in from nearby, toppling everything in its path. Even one of the most powerful people of the Sleepless City, too lofty for its residents to ever look upon, is powerless before it. Help me. Valiant, the great CEO. What? Valiant? Okay, whatever. Don't you see? This ID, that of the noble Valiant. Save me, and my fortune will be dots. The CEO is motionless. Item in her hands falls to the ground. Looking back, it's not feeling. Such an important person had died so unceremoniously before my eyes. I watched it happen, and I did nothing to stop it. Yeah, she didn't die. The sight of it was even more shocking than the stun batons brought by the security shortly thereafter. Cheers to this crappy world. Digging around my pocket. You obtained the one Ascension box. It's a USB drive. The ID card of the great... Why are you using a USB drive as an ID? Yep. Okay, whatever. That's right. Climb to the top of the Manju Tower with that baby, and you'll be the new master of the Sleepless City. Saving countless suffering people, becoming king of a new era, changing millions of lives with a single whim. Doesn't that sound fun? Oh, what should I do? Do what you gotta do. That doesn't really help. Too bad, just wanted to sound dramatic, really. By the way, my contact is coming soon. See you later, you pretty little knight. Hold on, at least tell me your name. Wow, you're a curious one, eh? And remember this. Well, I'm the coolest, cutest, most invinciblest girl under the stars. Palmiat Mercuria. A figment of your imagination. Yes, I'm totally not crazy. Kaboom. Dots. Okay, that was something. Okay, so to recap. Mist upon the Silver Summits. Something's going on in Antarctica. A variety of different forces are being moved down there. Saratoga and some other Eagle Union girls got sent down there by the Naval HQ without them letting the commander know. The commander got mind hacked by Helena Meta to let him know that there's something going down there. And a bunch of other forces are getting ready to go down there. So something's going to happen. And are we finally going to move beyond the stupid World Expo we've been stuck in for 2 years now? Alright, well, let's see what my reply was. Me too. It's the entry fee to enjoy such cuteness. Okay. Whatever, Sovetsky Soyuz. So Sovetsky Soyuz likes cute things. Gotcha. Let's start with the beginning of the event. Then we'll do polls. Northern Parliament, Black Sea Coastal Base. Morning. Soyuz, I finished loading the goods. You're good to go whenever. That was quick. Thank you, Poltava. Quick, in the end, they're taking the supply airplane, eh? Yep, traveling to Sokoria is safer by air, and we'll be able to avoid prying eyes. Supply planes regularly go back and forth. Once they touch down, Soyuz will board a special-purpose submarine. Then she'll complete the rest of her journey by sea. It's fortunate we have a submarine that can be deployed in the Southern Ocean. They're not going straight to Antarctica, though, are they? You can't resupply at Port Louis if you're staying submerged the whole journey. No need to worry. Resupplying will be done in a secret submarine dock hidden beneath the surface dock. Supplies will be brought in under the pretext that they're also bound for Port Louis. Doing everything possible to ensure the operation stays under wraps, eh? Yes, Kronstadt came up with the itinerary. It's as airtight as it can be. But even an airtight plan can only get you so far. I presume everything will change after reaching Antarctica? I don't like how few guns have been assigned to this mission, and I understand it's for the sake of secrecy, but what if that goes sideways? We're here to sample a special mineral that can resonate with shipworld writing, not to conduct a combat operation. I'm sure you're aware, Antarctica has always been a relatively stable region, with limited siren presence and practically no reenactments. Furthermore, with the question of Azur Lane's reformation on the table, each faction is likely going to be cautious about stoking any conflicts. Talon, our group, and some mass-produced ships are sufficient to accomplish this mission. If there are no further concerns, I'd like everyone to focus on their respective tasks. Rossiya, Belarusia, Kirov, I trust you with command of the Northern Parliament's fleet until I return. Understood. Just leave it to me. Voroshilov, stay in touch with our representatives over in the Irish Orthodoxy. Keep things moving with Pomiat and Aurora. You have the authority to make decisions on the fly, so do not be afraid to exercise it. Of course. Small issues I can handle by myself. Any big problems, I'll consult Kirov, Rossiya, or Belarusia before I make a move. Considering how lukewarm the conference has been so far, I don't expect any big problems to arise. Most likely not. Also, please keep tabs on Comrade Commander. That won't be easy with the tribunal breathing down everyone's necks, but I'll do what I can. Need crap out of luck? Come to me. I've got breaking the glass in case of emergency ace up my sleeve. What exactly would that entail? Oh, you know, I'll go crash at the commander's place for a good while and get myself the MVP treatment. Eat, sleep, then roll around all day. Ha! Suppose that's something only you can do. Now, I should hang up. It's time for me to set off. Good luck, sister. I look forward to the good news. Irish Orthodoxy. Holy Capital. Azur Lane Provisional Base. Sometime later. Commander, message from Clemenceau. She says the Arctic Hare has set off. The Arctic Hare, huh? I wasn't expecting Sovetsky Soyuz to trip herself. The news must have been especially enticing to her. Word is that she's been having some sort of issue with her rigging. Any news about the Eagle Union, about this Operation Frozen Angel? Yes, actually. Saratoga's fleet is still preparing to disembark over in PH. Saratoga's pulled together a whole bunch of people from a variety of bases and regional defense forces. To be blunt, it's been a bit of a logistical nightmare. Everyone's been on edge, and given all the various complications, it'll probably be another 3 or 4 days until they're ready to go. The Royal Navy and Ironblood have started moving as well. The fleet has emerged from the floating fortress in the Bismarck Sea. We've asked where they're going, but as always, they're not very keen on telling us. On the Royal Navy side of things, ship girls from their Southern Ocean fleet are on the move. Both sides are probably heading for Antarctica. From the looks of it, the Royal Navy will reach land first. You'd think so, since they're closest to it. It's safe to assume that they received intel at the same time as us. At this point, everyone's well aware of the special crystals that appeared in Antarctica, just as I'd hoped. That throws a real wrench in the Sirens' plans to have the Eagle Union's leadership seize everything for themselves. But something still smells fishy about this whole situation. What do you mean? Every other faction has basically responded the same way after hearing the news, only dispatching a small force to investigate the situation. Meanwhile, the Eagle Union has assembled a massive force under Saratoga. She would not wait to act in order to help Lexington. She'd take action at once, and she hasn't yet. Why? You could argue she's waiting for clearance or something, but that isn't like her. Why indeed? Maybe she knows something we don't. Either they've discovered something we don't know yet, or Antarctica isn't as safe as we thought. And I need to play my cards very carefully. The spotlight's been on me ever since the conference began, and I can't make any rash decisions. Which is why we need to continue playing their game. Memphis, Helena, continue monitoring the other factions. Just in case, I'll need to come up with some sort of contingency plan. After the resolution of the near imposition incident at the World Expo, which we're still stuck at, the factions gather to discuss the reforging of a new Azur lane. Yet, just at that time, news arrives that a mysterious substance has been discovered in the distant reaches of Antarctica, a crystal that can resonate with riggings, amplifying their combat prowess. The Union's leadership immediately assemble a massive force to claim this new motherlode for themselves. But a series of behind-the-scenes leaks has shifted the dynamic, creating a race among all the factions. One after another, countless eyes now turn towards the frozen expanses of the Antarctic. What really truly lies there amidst the snowdrifts? Let us cast aside the dark ignorance of the future and return to the luminous light of the past. Let us return to the chosen Eden. Okay. Snowrealm Peregrination. Interesting. Okay. Political limits. Yeah, that's garbage. Alright, battleship. Light cruiser, destroyer. Okay. So, it's time for polls. Can we get Sovetsky Soyuz in a reasonable amount of polls? Let us find out. Alba, Portland, Oklahoma.
同志指揮官、こんにちは。北方連合所属30系型駆逐艦のオグネボイです。同志指揮官もオグネボイの偽装を見てみて。すっごく可愛いと思いませんか？
No, she's sweet. Strength of the gentle sunlight. Increases the ship's firepower by 15%. While the ship is afloat, every 10 seconds, every ship in your vanguard recovers 1% of their max HP. So that's basically a toolkit. First time this recovery effect fires also increases the ship's damage dealt by 12% until the battle ends. Okay, so she's a very minor heal, and that's some pretty deep offensive buffs. Plus 15% firepower, plus 12 damage dealt. That's impressive. Firepower overload. When the battle starts, if there's another normal permanent ship in your fleet, gains the buff max firepower every 20 seconds. 60% chance to increase this ship's firepower by 40% for 10 seconds. Every 10 seconds, 70% chance to fire a special barrage. If this barrage sinks an enemy ship, fires this barrage again, up to 2 activations possible within 5 seconds. Okay, so she's very offensive. No defensive skills. And Northern Parliament destroyers are always fairly gun-oriented and high firepower, but I believe she only has main gun 1+1. Yeah, let's lock her. Portland, Norfolk,
Julio Cesare,
Julio Cesare, Nevada, Shropshire, Pensacola. Alright, we've got 1 girl, so check 1 off the list. 3 more to go. Next 10 poll. Pensacola,
ロンドン級従順1号艦。あなたが指揮官？
Sussex, Alba, Oklahoma,
ヨーク級従
Exeter,
順よ。
君はこの艦隊。
Pensacola,
ヘイ指揮官。
Kent,
私はネバダ級戦艦の。
Pennsylvania,
あなたが指揮官？
Queenie. Alright, fail for that 10 pull. None of the event ships. That's probably an event ship right there. Another Agnevoy.
北方連はじめまして
Portland.
指揮官自由アリス
Richelieu.
峡谷ハロー指揮官
California.
はじめまして
Portland.
指揮官
Norfolk.
同志指揮官
Another Agnevoy.
こんにちは
You know what I forgot
北
to
方
do?
連合所属
I forgot to see what the
30系
degenerates
型
on
駆逐
Washington
艦の
had
オ
to
グネ
say.
ボイです同志指揮官も
Yeah,
オ
no.
グネボイの偽装はじめまして
Kinagasa.
私はレナ
Repulse.
指揮官さん
Oklahoma. So we're out to 3 Agnevoys and none of the others. 30 pulls in. Let's keep rolling.
あんたが指揮官君
Chicago.
あなたはも
Deutschland.
うユニオン所属
Baltimore Muse.
あんたが指揮官
Chicago.
同志指揮官
Another Agnevoy.
あんたが指揮官
Chicago.
君
Northampton.
指揮官さん
Oklahoma.
ロンドン級のス
Shropshire. Northampton. Alright, one more Agnevoy and we'll be able to max limit breaker without using any boons. Let's get a couple of the other event ships in here, why don't we?
はーい
Houston.
少年
Nevada.
ヘイ
Kent.
指揮官はじめまして君はこの艦
Pensacola.
隊私はレナ
Repulse.
指揮官さん
Oklahoma.
ヘイ
Kent.
指揮官
よく9
Exeter.
10
ヘイ
Kent.
指揮官
And fail for that 10 pull. Alright. We're now at 50 pulls, and I am out of dock space. So, we're going to retire all the girls above common. Alright, that freed up for 3 more 10 pulls. Let's roll.
Ciao 指揮官
Hey, Zara.
ハロー指揮官
California. Houston.
私はネバダ級戦艦
ユニオン所属
Baltimore Muse.
バリアントとは
Valiant.
お前が指揮官
Tennessee. Northampton.
少年
Nevada.
ロンドン級従順
I ripped for that 10 pull. Okay. We're up to 60 pulls. We've only got Agnevoy. Not a good trend. Let's keep rolling. That's probably Sovetsky Soyuz right there.
「ロンドン級の末っ子
Called it.
私はソビエツキーソユーズ北方連合の意志を表すものこの程度の挨拶で同志指揮官を緊張させるようなことがなければいいのですがこれからは綿密に協力し合い互いに背中を預けて戦っていきましょう
Okay. Very slow and breathy. Alright. Lots of firepower, lots of HP, not great at anything else. Sublimination to sunder all storms. When this ship finishes loading her main guns, 100% chance to fire a special barrage. So when she finishes loading, that's different from when she fires. Damage based on skill level. Inflicts the following effects for 6 seconds. Enemies hit by this barrage. Decreases speed by 40%. Increases damage taken by 8%. And when Sovetsky Soyuz attacks the enemy, increases her crit rate by 10%. Yeah, wow. And from what I've seen about this barrage, it forms a bunch of icebergs or crystals around the enemy that overlap. That's going to be very impressive. 40% speed reduction is also going to make her more accurate when she's slamming the thing. Yeah, that's a pretty strong skill. Very strong skill. Irradiance, to extol solidarity's glory. That's a mouthful. When the battle starts, increases your Northern Parliament ship's firepower, torpedo, and aviation by 15%. So all the major damage dealing buffs, traits. When the ship is afloat and there are 2 carriers in your main fleet, increases your main fleet's accuracy by 10% and your carrier's damage dealt by 10%. If there are 2 or more battleships in your main fleet, increase the ship's crit rate, reload, damage dealt, and damage dealt by 10%. Okay, so she can either buff 2 carriers or she can buff herself, depending on or not if there's battleships in the area. But crit rate, reload, and damage dealt, that's 10%. Wow, that's straight up impressive. Adamantine, the walls of forts impregnable. When there are other Northern Parliament ships in your fleet, decreases your Northern Parliament ship's burn damage taken by 15%. During a sortie, when another fleet is battling and this ship is afloat, 18 seconds after that battle starts, fires a special supporting barrage, decreases the crit rate of torpedoes hitting the ship by 20%, and decreases their damage by 10%. Okay. Yeah, last part's a bit random, but I think it's flavor. This is probably the weakest skill. Interesting, interesting. Alright, Washington, what say you? 3,000 years, yeah, well, more like 3 events. Cold, Asuna. Oh, what's use the same voice actor or something? Our Soyuz. The amount of questionable things I would let... Oh, yeah, no. Bad. Bad, bad, bad. Okay. Let's continue. Pensacola. Northampton. Repulse. Kinagasa. California. Portland. Pensacola. Alba. Okay. So it took us 7 10-poles to get Sovetsky Soyuz, but we still need to at least get Poltava. Pamat Mercury, I believe, is the 5%er, so she's both in the shop and the B3 and D3 maps. So let's keep rolling until we get Poltava. And hey, who knows, we might get some extra Sovetsky Soyuz. Chicago. Northampton. Another Northampton. Portland. California. Northampton. Abercrombie. Queenie. Pensacola. Kent. Well, that was a big old failure of a 10-pole. Poltava. Oklahoma. Kent. Oh, yeah, and I'm full. I forgot I only had 3 10-poles worth of dock space. Rip. Let's keep rolling. Pensacola. Suffolk. There we go.
あなたが同志指揮官ね。北方連合所属戦艦ポルタバ。今日からあなたの仕事に協力するわ。母校の顔役として作法も立ち振る舞いも厳しく見てやるから覚悟しておきなさい。
Okay, so Poltava, battleship. Though as an elite battleship, she's probably not too good. And when this battle starts, increases the ship's firepower by 15% when this main ship's main guns hit an enemy. 70% chance to increase that enemy's speed by 15%. Increase your gang at class BBs and your Northern Parliament ship's damage dealt by 12%. Huh. That's a neat skill, but it's got a 3% chance of failure. Protecting links. During battle, when the ship is afloat, increases your Northern Parliament ship's evasion by 10%. Decreases all your Northern Parliament ship's burn damage taken by 15%. When the ship takes damage, fires a special barrage, and for 10 seconds decreases your Northern Parliament ship's damage taken by 10%. Interesting. Okay. Okay, Washington, what say you, or dare do I look? Fix me, Hoshinova. Obtained via event ship build. I like that last one. That was cute. And another Poltava. Vittorio. And we finish off with a Chadtorio. Nice. Of course, I'm just gonna retire poor Chadtorio. Alright, next up. Next up, let's get their skills going. That would be the simplest way to find everybody. Sovetsky Soyuz. Alright, that's the locked Ognavoy. Okay, so that's got their skills training. Alright. So in case anyone's wondering, I'm not going to pull on Pamiat Mercuria just because the low percentage she'll drop during the event is. Wait, we got 3 we can leave. So let's continue training the more advanced ones. There. So yeah, as I was saying, she'll drop as I grind B3D3. I'm not going to throw cubes away pulling on a 5%er. Okay, Sovetsky Soyuz, Ognavoy, Poltava. Excellent. Alright, so new girls, front and center. Okay, you're very chain-based. Oh, what are you doing? Okay. Oh, she's got stars in her eyes as she runs around. She doesn't like head pats. There we go. Oh, she likes being in there. Uh-oh, where'd she go? Oh, there she is, and she's all dizzy. Alright. What are you doing over there? You seem a bit whimsical. And she's drooling on the couch. Pretty happy to sit there, though. And she's hopping. Okay. You do not like being picked up. Just happy chatting there. There we go. Unique expression. And she's spinning the end of her chain around. Alright, what's that? Oh, and the chibi has physics. Wonderful. That's just what we needed. Yeah. And she's happy on the couch. She looks like she's plotting something. Looks like she's happy to be there. What in the world is going on here? She's just silly smile on her face, waving her scepter around. Okay. There's some unique dances. Alright. Sovetsky Soyuz.
厳かな指導者、
Yeah, she's already level 2.
無愛想な決裁者ですか。本当はみんなの声に耳を傾ける傾聴者でありたいものですが、そのあたりはなかなか分かってもらえてないみたいで。
Very quiet, very low speaking, very slow rhythm to her speech. Okay. So, what we do around here is with URs, we crank them up to level 100 immediately. And we start playing them, and the reason that is to get their affection up.
北極ウサギが好きな理由。同志指揮官はこの子たちが立ち上がる時の姿を可愛いと思わないんですか。
Okay.
どういうことか理
She
解で
likes
きない。
her bunnies. Yeah.
まん丸な体の割に
Alright.
すら
I've got exactly 4 of these.
「協力に感謝します。
And that's actually a complete coincidence. Because that was not planned.
協力に感謝し
966 546.
協力に感謝し
Alright, now I saved all the common girls for this. So we're gonna enhance her
同志指揮協力に
as
感
far
謝
as
し
I
ます。
can.
同志指揮官協力に感謝します。同志
Well,
指
that's
揮官
not bad. We maxed out
こ
her
れでメンテナンスは無事に
firepower.
完了しました。
Reload could use some help, but hey, we'll get there. That's a smile. Okay, so let's look at her lines. And oh, geez, the dynamic skin has physics. That was interesting.
準備ができているようですね。同志指揮官。今日の仕事を始めましょう。北極ウサギが好きな理由。同志指揮官はこの子たちが立ち上がる時の姿を可愛いと思わないんですか。
So they got
どうい
thin,
う
long
ことか
limbs
理解で
and
きない。
round bellies, and you think that's cute.
まん丸な体の割にすらりと伸びた手足が意表をついてくる。この衝撃的な可愛さ
Okay,
ですよ。
Soyuz.
計画と効率。この世界で生きるのになくてはならない。いいえ、大切にはしていますが、厳かな管理者というより頼れる先輩に見えたりする。そう評価されたのは同志指揮官が初めてですね。 仕事と戦闘以外あまり話題がないですか。確かに私がアドバイスできる場面はあまり多くありません。
Okay.
であればなおさら語るより耳を傾けることに徹した方がいいでしょ
So she likes cute things. She's a listener.
う。ロシア、ベラルーシア、いいえ、私の妹たちみんなよくやっています。いつかは私の先を行くでしょう。
Well, they can't because they're SR and you are. You surpass them.
生産に関する新しい計画調整案ですか。
Production adjustment proposal. Okay.
これ
Yoink.
は同志指揮官にしては予想外ですね。
She likes fed pets.
許しましょう。この触れ合いが部下の士気を鼓舞できますから。
Okay, don't throw me in the gulag for what comes next.
同志指揮官、これ以上私との仲を深めたいのなら心はもちろん体の方にも苦労をかけてしまいますね。
Okay. Yeah, that was something.
任務一覧はこちらです。
Hey,
効率よ
catastrophe.
くこなすことから考えましょう。
Yes, I got everyone but Pamiat.
あなたは作戦に集中してください。任務報酬が届きました。確認するのは
Yes, I did get her in less than 400 cubes.
同志指揮官、あなたへの手紙です。どうぞ。レターオ
How's
ー
the
プナー
stream
のお持ち
quality
し
and
ま
the
す。
sound quality?
戻ってきましたね、同志指揮官。暖炉に薪を足しましたからあなたを包んでいる風雪の寒さを取り払える。どうやら同志指揮官には一番厳しい顔を見せなければならないようです。
Yeah, I got 3 or maybe 4 of Agnevoys. No Pamiats.
厳かな指導者、不愛想な決裁者ですか。
Alright.
本当はみんな
Stream
の声に
quality,
耳
the
を
visual
傾け
quality
る
should
傾
be a
聴
little
者であ
bit
りたい
better.
ものです
I
ね。
didn't realize I was streaming in like 480p and now it should be up to 1080p. Yep. Awesome.
進みましょう。後ずさることなく。ええ、想定通りに進んでいますね。
I almost was streaming it in what was it? 4K? No. 1440p, I think it was.
残念な結果ですね。計画案の修正が
But
必
I
要
was
になる。
concerned that it would be a little bit much on my internet.
どこでズレが。一致団結を。
Ooh, that's a nice skill line.
一致団結を。
Short and sharp, I like that.
厳かな指導者、不愛想。
So, yeah. Took me 9-10 pulls to get everybody. I actually got Sovetsky Soyuz on like pull 50, I think it was. Poltava was the holdout. She didn't come into the last 10 pull, then she dropped 2 of herself. Alright, gotta make sure they don't try to pull Soyuz. Good, okay. Oh, and we need to make Soyuz the secretary. Alright, let's look at the other girls. Now, let's get Agnevoy out of the way.
同志指揮官、僕 グネボイの新しい武器を見てください。どうですか？オグネボイの偽装、とっても可愛いと思いませんか？
Very Genki, very
全部
cute,
新しいアクセサリーですよ。
very offensive.
同志指揮官、こんにちは。北方連眠いです。
There's the drooly face.
同志指揮官はいつも
And what the heck is she
してい
doing?
るんですか？
She was doing that in the dorm too.
すごく大変そう。戦いは煙を吸ったらキャロ
Don't
キャロ
like
する
Rex,
し、
not cute.
敵が落としたガラクタも可愛くないです。それでもオグネボイの砲撃がみんなを守れるなら敵に痛い目を見せてやっちゃいます。
Okay.
同志指揮官、落ち込んだらオグネボイギューってしてあげてもいいですよ。
Yeah, you're very cute.
このリボンは部屋に飾って、この蝶々は偽装に飾って、ぬいぐるみはみんなにプレゼントして、
Why don't you
ついでに
dial down on the
一つも
sweetness
可愛くしませ
lately?
ん。ギューッとするのが好きな理由？ギュッとするとポカポカになれます。あなたもポカポカどうしました？ギューッとしてほしくなったんですか？
Oh dear God, what's gonna happen?
同志指揮官はオグネボイに攻撃してほしいんですね。
Good reaction.
後で同志指揮官の髪をボサボサにしてやります。
Oh, we got humped.
同志指揮官、新しい任務の連絡です。一緒に見に行きましょう。物資のリストは多分大丈夫です。同志指揮官、もう一回チェックをお願いします。新しいメール、新しいメール。あ、全部同志指揮官のですか？オグネボイ宛てのはないんですか？同志指揮官が戻りました。次はオグネボイも連れて行ってくださいませんか？ここで待つのはとっても大変ですから。
I get the sense that her voice actress, I should say, or Seiyu, had a lot of fun with these lines.
もう同志指揮官はギューってしてあげません。
Oh, she is indeed very cute.
委託のお姉ちゃんたちが戻ってきました。オグネボイ、かわいいアクセサリーをいっぱい準備しましたから、一緒に届けに行きましょう。強くなったのですか？じゃあ、偽装に
You got plenty of cute stuff on your. I mean, you're already firing ice hearts. Come on.
火力全開、フルパワー。かわいいの威力、思い知りましたか？
Uh-huh.
同志指揮官、みんなを守るために早く逃げましょう。パワーが落ちてしまいました。かわいいハート打ちます。
Azur's no one.
かわいいハート打ちます。
Okay. I like it.
同志指揮官、オグネボイの
New
新しい武
weapon,
器を見
bringing
てくだ
cutest
さい。
effort. Ornament's brand new. Okay.
どうですか？
Yeah, she's cute. You.
釘一つ捨てただけで
Cinnamon
戦
was
争に
placed,
負
thus
け
the war
る。
was lost.
これは単なる
Not
楽
really
し
a
い
fun
おとぎ話じゃないわよ。同志指揮官。
Okay. This one definitely has a certain aura to her, doesn't she?
なんだか眠そうね、同志指揮官。そんなだるそうにされたら困るわよ。
Uh-huh.
トラブルを解消するのは得意中の得意よ。知らない間に送られてきた請求からマナーを知らないクマまでこれもしつけの一環かしら。
Gotcha.
礼儀というのはしとやかにやってみせるということではなく、
Getting it sister
細か
alright.
いところ
Yeah.
まで気をつける心構えのことよ。そう、細かいところに気を配れるかどうかで決まるわ。覚えといて、真面目にやってもらうためには時には厳しく接することもやむを得ないと。同志指揮官はどう思うかしら。もうこんな時間一緒に夜食でもどうかしら。アル
Uh-huh.
コール入りの飲み物は控えめにね。偽装に興味でもあるのかしら荒削りに見えても中は工業的で精緻にできているわよ。
Oh dear God, what's this gonna do?
これは正式なお誘いと理解してもよろしくて。
Yeah.
なかなか積極的ね。いいわ。未完了の任務が積み上がっているようね。いけないわ。このままだらけ続任務が全て完了した。よろしい。その根性と集中力、なかなかときめかせてくるわね。時間は大事よ。手紙の選別は任せて。あなたは引き続きやるべき仕事に集中して。ご苦労様、同志指揮官。さあ、私の隣にいらっしゃい。
And that pretty much encapsulates her entire character right here. Yeah, as One-san, just what we needed.
時間は大事よ。
Not like we didn't have Ajax already or anything.
あなたは引き続きやるべき仕事に集中して。ご苦労様。どうやら強行手段に出て同志指揮官を押し付ける必要がありそうね。委託任務に出た子たちが戻ってきたわ。ここで出迎えに行くのが指揮官のすべきことだから、整備がより固くいいわね。
Yes, your lovely chains.
指示に従って順次叩くわ。整備がより固く。時間は大切よ。次の戦いに行くわ。戦いに負けたとしても規律に気をつけて撤退してほしいわ。でないと。
Why are you laughing about that?
状況が悪くなってるわ。急がないと。我が整備にひれ伏しなさい。
It's a little long. I like the energy, but it's a little long.
我が整備にひれ伏しなさい。釘一つ捨てただけで戦争に
That's
負ける。
Poltava. Yeah. So we've got an interesting collection of girls this time around, I must say. Oh, I need to outfit Sovetsky
厳
Soyuz.
かな指導者、無愛想な決裁者ですか。本当はみんなの声に耳を傾ける傾聴者でありたいものですが、そのあたりはなかなか分かってもらえてないみたいで。
Yeah, I'll poach that from Gang It for you. Alright, so that's crit rate. She doesn't need crit rate. Yep, crit damage. She's already got a big crit rate buff, so. I'll steal Congos. There. so we want our new flagship lady. Oh, I haven't done anything with you. I think I actually trained up all of Aurora's skills.
指揮官
Yes.
一杯どうです？私
Yes,
を
I did. Oh, I suppose let's bring Talon. Let's see. Then on the Vanguard side of things, oh, who's got a useful? There we go.
私を従えるつもりなら
What was your
ちゃんと
skill
自
set
分で
again?
も率先してうまく役割を果たすことね。こっちだっていろいろ考えがあるわ。
Northern Parma or Iron Blood main gun? AP main gun. So Unzen's basically useless. But no. Poach that from you. That should be fine. Give you a lunchbox. Well, you're a Northern Parliament destroyer. Let's give you a Northern Parliament main gun. Perfect. No, not Kimberly's.
指揮官一杯どうです？私を酔わせて変なことをすることができるかどうか。指揮官の強さ次第ですよ。
Let's bring some HE because the other girls have a lot of armor piercing. This ought to be a decent team. Oh, what cats to put on there? Let's put you two on just for experience. And over here, we'll put the carrier boosting cats on just to boost AVI for that ACV. Sweet, sweet ACV. Alright, let's get those three in the upper dorm. Let's move you. What girl to put back in there? Alwyn, I suppose. And upstairs, Soyuz is surprisingly good at boosting CVs. Yes. Yes, indeed. %, AVI and damage dealt's not bad. Not bad at all. Considering she's from the same country as the Admiral Kuznetsov. Yep. That thing can't set to sail the sea without setting itself on fire or breaking down. Alright, let's go. Antarctic Ocean. Underwater. Aboard the Northern Parliament submarine. Kalinka. Several days later. Soyuz, we've entered the Antarctic Ocean. The situation is rather uncertain in these waters. The data we've gathered up till now may prove unreliable. Shouldn't it be safe to resurface by now? Nobody has any idea we're out here. You're right. No matter how secretive we are, we will expose ourselves once we reach the research station. We're safely out of range of onlookers. You may resurface. Understood. Starting resurfacing sequence. Yay! I'll finally get to see some cute landscapes. You fawning over some icebergs and snow now? Come on, you've seen that a billion times back home. I get very much Danganronpa vibes from this one. It's just some frozen water. Act more mature for once. Focus. It's not just frozen water. This is Antarctica. Whole continent covered nice in snow. Oh, I'm so excited to see it for myself. Come on, Sovetsky, get excited. Cut it out. I'm not gonna get excited. Buzz off already. Hee, I'm sorry. She's got an axe blade at the end of her machine pistol. Ah, okay. Whatever. Alright, I can understand it's being excited about visiting someplace for the first time. Plus, we've been stuck in the sub the whole time. I'd kill to finally get some fresh air. Heh. Hold on tight now, folks. We're almost there. Increasing speed. Okay. The bridge was out of the water. Through the portholes, the landscape of ice and snow unfolded before the shipgirls. Look how wide it is. We've not even arrived in Antarctica yet, but still. It's beautiful and so cute. Stop saying that already. It's basically identical to the views around the Arctic Circle. As a matter of fact, you are incorrect. Glaciers considered big around the Arctic Circle are commonplace here. And the closer we get to the South Pole, the more stunning the vistas will get. Just look, a whole continent of pure white, an ice-covered wasteland devoid of life. And maybe most impressive of all, it's over half as big as our whole motherland. Guess that's cool. Wait, this place is bigger than even the Yugo Union? Sure is. What's more, almost all of Antarctica's land is covered by ice. Signs of human civilization, you ask? Only a handful of research bases. We're about to set foot in an untouched, unexplored part of the world, filled with mystery. It's not just exciting, that's outright exhilarating. You've almost sold me on it now. A continent of pure white. I can't help but be reminded of something unpleasant. Alright, you got caught up in that near superimposition thingy. From the Black Sea to the World Expo, all of Europe was covered in white goop. Freezing? Sheesh, that must have sucked. Oh, a Russian snake bigger than even the US. That's certainly not good. Boy, we were lucky your rigging didn't malfunction back then. Instead, I overworked it to the point of rendering it almost unserviceable. I hope this new crystal can restore it to working order. Wait, why is Pami out here? Did she get urgently reassigned to this mission? Hey, don't worry about it. Your rigging's gonna be fine. That's not the real Palmiad, is it? The resurfaced submarine forged onward through the Antarctic Ocean. Yeah, calling it now. That's not the real Palmiad. That's a fake. Or it's a meta. Using its powerful engine, giant reinforced ice-breaking ram, it shoved and crashed through the sea ice, leaving a clear path in its wake. Excuse me. Sorry about that. But powerful though it may be, the ice still slowed it down. It wasn't long before the excited cheers of the destroyers faded amidst the sound of breaking ice. Being in the snowscape is too long is scary. This is not cute. So now it's not? You were yapping about how cute it was just a minute ago. White everywhere. It's like a big cake with lots and lots of frosting. Doing yourself ain't gonna help for long. You just have to live with how boring this place is. Soyuz, can I ask you something? Sure, especially if it's intellectually stimulating. How come no nations laid claim to Antarctica? Yeah, it's cold, but so is the Arctic, and we all but permanent settlements there and created routes to it. That's a good question. There's no short answer, however. Let's find a comfortable place to sit down first. Oh god, exposition dump. Sounds like it's time for a history lesson with Soyuz. I'll go get some drinks. History lesson with Soyuz. And we're bugged. At least I didn't bug out during the pulls. Alright, come on. Why are we here? No. I wonder why Pamia is here. Stares at the build banner. Yeah, exactly. Come on. It's got to be something to do with me streaming at the same time it's trying to connect with the server that's causing this lag. It did not do this before I started the stream. Alright. Now that we've got the glitch in the stream resolved, the rest of the evening will go smoothly. Unless they pull the fast one on us, and this is the real Pamia where the other one meta is in Sardegenia. Yeah. There we are. That's a nice smile. Alright. Oh wait. Single line. We want to be offensive. That's what this stream's about, being as offensive as possible.
進みましょう。後ずさることなく。
Maybe I should put the beaver badge on Aurora.
ごきげんよう。お前らを片付けるのはネジを締めるの。
And the destroyer's gonna MVP a lot, so we're gonna have to hear that a lot. Wonderful.
バカめ。無駄な抵抗をするんじゃないわ。
So, Catastrophe, do you think you'll replace Kearsarge with Soyuz in your battleship fleet?
全手法打ち続けなさい。
Given that Soyuz gives the same buff as has the slow, she's probably more useful to the battleships than Kearsarge is.
まとめて吹っ飛ばす。
全手法打ち続けなさい。
君はこの
ええ、想定通りに進んでいますね。
Wait a second. I thought you were doing something like Vanguard, Kearsarge, and Green Fade. Musashi.
グリッドレイ級に
Oh wait, you replaced Kearsarge with Vanguard with Kearsarge, if I remember. The strikingly white landscape grew clearer and clearer as the submarine approached Antarctica. Hazy white monoliths sharpened into icebergs with defined edges, and black spots scattered along the coast clarified into buildings. The research station too revealed itself. That's Mirny, our destination. It's bigger than I thought, and sticks out like a sore thumb. Sticking out makes it easy to find in an ocean of white. Like, can you imagine trying to locate a ship or a plane if it was camouflaged? It's not about staying hidden from the enemy, it's about being findable by our allies. Besides, it's not like the sirens or other people should be afraid of out here. It's the environment. So it's the same idea as painting a big red cross on a hospital ship. Got it. Running Musashi, Kearsarge, NJ, and B2 UVH Vanguard. Ah, gotcha. No, not exactly. It's not. Lucky, Talon's waiting for us by the pier. Talon, we're here. Quit shouting. She can't hear us from inside the cabin anyway. All right. Oops. Settle down, girls. We'll be anchoring in a minute. It's extremely cold outside, so don't even think about going outside until you've put on extra warm clothing. Research station, Mirny. Cargo loading pier. 1 step, 2 step, 3 steps. Ta-da! We've officially touched down in Antarctica. This is what, 10,000 kilometers from our base in the Black Sea? What a journey it's been. It's a miracle we've gotten this far. I think you're replacing NJ with Soyuz and swapping Kier and Vanguard. Yeah? Right now, it seems like the most efficient thing would be to center around either Musashi or Biscuit too, and use Soyuz and Vanguard to buff them, is what I'm thinking. Ah, sneeze. So windy. I'm freezing my face off here. I knew you were going to say that. Here, put this on. Huh? What the heck's that colorful jacket? I covered it in lots and lots of adorable accessories. Isn't it cute? No, it's hideous. Rude. I think it's cute. Fine, I'll just hug you then. A nice hug should warm you right up. Put that thing away first. Without getting hugged with that, give me chills. Ah, forget it. I'll just turn on my ratings edge. I'll warm you up. Sounds like you girls have energy to spare even after such a long journey. Once more, welcome to Barony, comrades. I'm Talon. I run this place. Don't worry about the cargo. The Pier's automated system will handle it. Come on, let's head inside. You must be freezing out here. Barony interior break room. Thick door closed, isolating the girls from the icy winds outside. Now inside, Barony's heating system slowly warmed them back up. Phew, I feel alive again. Difference between in here and out there is crazy. It's like two different worlds. It's nothing but chills and howling winds outside. Here, it's cozy vibes and hot tea. Hey, doesn't it feel like a doomsday shelter? When you put it like that, sort of. There's nothing sort of about it. Outside these walls is unfiltered, brutal nature. If we were exposed to the elements in this place, we'd freeze to death within the hour. Which is to say, yeah, this station is absolutely like a shelter. Anybody else notice how Pomiat's awfully chatty today? Ain't that weird? Weird, I think she's very insightful. I like chatty Pomiat. Soyuz, don't you and Talon have important things to discuss? In front of me, who's totally Pomiat and not an imposter? We can't leave these two by themselves. Tell you what, why don't you talk while I give these kids a tour around the station? Who you calling a kid? I think she's talking about you, Surfy. I'm not a kid, you hear? Alright, sorry. Now come on, follow me. Hooray, we're going on an adventure. It ain't an adventure. We're only looking around and limiting threats. Kids, I swear. Hey, wait for me. Well, they're gone. Oh yeah, she's acting strange. Like she's an imposter. Strange? Yes, it's only in the little things, but she's not entirely like her usual self. I suppose she seems a bit different. I wouldn't say it's much of a difference, though. Maybe the environment is having some effect on her. Who knows? It's cold and snowy, just like our motherland, but even worse. It's been especially stormy here of late as well. It's not unusual for sensitive people to respond negatively to the immense isolation out here either. I wouldn't say Pomiat's being overly negative. So it could simply be the environment. Let's delve into the main subject now. Talon, give me a situation report and a briefing on this unique crystal, please. Yes, ma'am. A few things have happened during your journey here, actually. Starting with the crystal, it seems to affect not just riggings, but the environment as well. The snow is starting melting substantially faster in the area where it was discovered. So logically, we've started calling it the snowmelt area. As for the crystal itself, we've collected samples of it from numerous different places around the snowmelt area. Every sample we've tested demonstrates the same rigging resonance effect. Precision improved, same with reload time, targeting time. Every variable we tested saw a positive increase. Here are the details. Dots. Now for some bad news. The Eagle Union has dispatched survey teams to the snowmelt area. No problem with that, you might think, but well, they've sent a lot, and I mean a lot more ship girls than expected. Yesterday I saw a massive fleet arrive at their station. Honestly, it wouldn't be surprise me if they were preparing to wage a war. Wage a war? If there are any reenactments in Antarctica, and the Sirens have close to zero presence here. If they're getting ready for a fight, then with whom? I do not know. Perhaps they have access to some intel we do not. What I do know is that this will significantly complicate our mining operation. Talon, have there been any engagements with the Eagle Union? No, of course not. Just some peaceful back and forth in the snowmelt area. And the fleet that arrived yesterday hasn't even left their station yet. Whatever they're planning, they're working behind closed doors like us. Any covert activity is off the table, I suspect. They wouldn't have amassed such a large force if stealth was their goal. Tell me about the Iron Blood next. Believe they were the first to discover the crystal? Have they been up to anything of note? Nope, I haven't seen any sign of them in the Snowbelt area. Granted, their fortress base is much closer to the area than we or the Yugo Union are. Maybe they completed their investigation long before we did. It's hard to say. Oh, but I can say that, unlike us in the Yugo Union, they have not sent in new forces. At least, not in public they haven't. They haven't sent new forces to Antarctica. I see. I'd like to examine a sample. Could you show me one? Sure. All the samples we've collected are being stored in the testing area. Follow me. Okay. I wonder if the beaver badge affects the number of tiles the fleet can move in the strategic map.
全手法打ち続けなさい。まとめて吹っ飛ばす。全手法打ち続けなさい。
ええ、想定通りに進んでいますね。
It does not. Okay. It's a skill that triggers battle start. Yeah, that makes sense.
バカめ。無駄な抵抗をするんじゃないわ。全手法打ち続けなさい。
It's impressive that Soyuz is already taking MVP away from the longer fights.
バカめ。無駄な抵抗をするんじゃないわ。
What about what I was asking you regarding Vanguard catastrophe and the new Soyuz gun?
全手法打ち続けなさい。まとめて吹っ飛ばす。
ええ、想定通り。
I've been hoping that they would release a new battleship gun that would slow Vanguard down a little bit, but not too much.
バカめ。無駄な抵抗をするんじゃないわ。
I thought you had a spreadsheet or something that you could run the
打
numbers
ち続け
on.
なさい。
My apologies if I was mistaken.
こんにちは。勝ったわ。訓練通りに。
Go Talon. Yeah, it's been a couple of meta fights since I've actually needed to use Helena.
全手法打ち続けなさい。全手法打ち続けなさい。勝ったわ。訓練。
Yeah, I get that.
進みましょう。後ずさることなく。
Although with the Eagle using damage control, that usually means in most meta fights she can stay up till the end. Except for the last couple of meta bosses.
打ち続けなさい。全身で吹っ飛ばす。打ち続けなさい。ロンドン級の勝ったわ。
But yeah, none of the bosses in 14 or 15 were really good environments to take Helena into. Murni, testing area. Soyuz was shown a room illuminated by dim lights. There, protected inside of a glass case, she saw a crystal giving off a faint blue light. Is this one of your samples? It's enormous compared to what I read in the reports. Why is that? Ah well, the initial samples we got were pretty small. After some physical tests though, we discovered that the crystals were merged with others under particular circumstances. Excuse me. And back. That's not all. The larger the sample, the more strongly it resonates with riggings. That one is our largest yet. It's the result of merging many samples together. It's fascinating. May I have a closer look? Soyuz, do you? Alright. If you really want to, then me and Poltava will wait outside, otherwise we might disrupt the resonance process. I'll lower the glass remotely in a sec. Feel free to examine it all you want. Don't worry, it's safe. I've tested it myself. Thank you. I won't take long. Consistency outweighs highs and lower lows. Yes, I don't disagree. Talon and Poltava left the room. A short while later, the protective glass lowered, granting Soyuz direct access to the crystal. But even if you're not syncing Vanguard with Helena, her being so much faster than the other two battleships in the fleet is a problem. Because it leads to faster desyncs. She took a step closer, examining the glowing sample in great detail. That thing's huge! Looks like a gemstone found in nature. No impurities as far as I can tell. It feels cold, almost like ice, in this blue glow. I wonder if it's somehow related to wisdom cubes. Associations flashed in her mind, restructured into ideas that she sorted through. She looked inward, trying to sense the crystal's effect on her rigging. It isn't resonating with my rigging like how the report described. I'm this close to it, and yet nothing. Maybe it really is true. My hull lacks something critical that everyone else has. A moment of hesitation. She shrugged it off and steeled herself. One step closer. 2, 3. She was now only an arm's length away from the crystal. Everything left is to touch it. Let's see what happens. Extending her hand, she softly touched the surface of the sample with her fingertips. Then, whoa! A door. A blank, featureless space. In the middle of it, a door silently stood. A door? I suppose I'll enter it. Wow, this transmission quality is pretty good. Even steps past the problem of external monitoring. Gotta hand it to his toast. This plan is wild. He's not the only wild one. You're using your private jet to implement said plan, Dr. Anziel. She's the lady... Yeah, aha. Use it or lose it, right? That was the lady with, Princeton meta, right? Yeah. Okay, this is new. Thanks a bunch for forcing me on a business trip. Like I wasn't neck deep in work already. Yeah, Silver Fox. You'd have to do it sooner or later. Look on the bright side. Traveling with me, you get all the benefits of being on a private jet. Service is way better than what you get with the trade union. Besides, I really need an assistant after a toast took mine away. In any case, there's no turning back now. We have around 2 hours until we are out of signal range. Time is precious, so let's go get down to business, Ms. Creator. Who are you calling Creator? Don't you start making a toast now. Oh, my apologies. It's just that I remember a certain someone here started using that word during our last meeting. I believe you were talking about embedding and adhering concepts. And someone said that a concept and an impression can exist separately for a certain time. Stop! Do you remember? Look, I came up with it on the spot and just threw the idea out there. I told you not to take it seriously. Forget about it, will you? It's not worth remembering. Of course, sorry for getting us sidetracked. Let's get back on topic. Sovetsky Soyuz, the ship with a name that was never fully constructed. What was all that? Ah! Suddenly, a surge of energy pulled on Soyuz's fingers. Its power was immense, dragging her toward the crystal, as though it was sucking her inside. Ah, shit. Need to pull my hand away. She played her rigging, mustering all the strength she could. She tried desperately to fight the crystal's power. Okay. Maybe seconds passed, maybe minutes, maybe even hours. So exhausting was the struggle for Soyuz that her perception of time was warped inside out. Her effort was not in vain, however. In fact, she won! The crystal's power let go of her. Once the blinding blue light had faded, the crystal had shattered into many pieces. Only dim lights lit the room once more. I think doing the black-haired destroyer's voice is bad for my throat. It's over. It's finally over. Of course, I said nothing about a phenomenon like this. It was like a demon took control of me, and... Huh? Wait, what happened to my rigging? A thunderous sound boomed inside the room, coming right from her rigging. A beast made of steel let out its first roar, an ice-breaking cry to celebrate its birth into the world. Its awe-inspiring yet terrifying presence sent a tremble coursing through Soyuz's body. I can't believe my eyes. It's a new rigging. Its output, this ability, it's stronger than even cutting-edge riggings. Can the crystal do this? That can't be. It's still there. It wasn't consumed, just like a wisdom cube. If it didn't materialize by converting energy and mass like a wisdom cube, my riggings must have been created through that power alone. No, it didn't create my rigging. What it did was restructure my hull. That's why this rigging doesn't feel alien. It explains the strength I feel coursing through my body and into my rigging. Most of all, though, I feel like the hole inside my hull has been filled. As if I've been made whole. Unfortunately, it doesn't answer how many questions I now have. How I reached this conclusion. What that vision I saw was about. What happened as soon as I touched the crystal. Those strangers in the vision, they said my name. It sounded like they were talking about creation through a ship's hull. It's the only thing I know. I need to learn more. So if my math is correct, Vanguard Soyuz gun still has an 18.66 second cooldown. Beep beep. Hey Soyuz, sorry to interrupt. It's alright, I finished my testing anyway. Is something the matter? Actually, yeah, I got a call from the Ironbloods base while we were examining the sample. They said their fleet came under attack by an unidentified enemy. They raised their security level and suggested that we do the same. An unidentified enemy. As expected, the Eagle Union didn't muster that force for nothing. Please ask Ironblood for specifics about the attack, and relay this news to the Eagle Union as well. I'm interested in hearing if they know anything about what we're up against. An enemy in Antarctica? I told you this would happen. This is why you need patrols around the base. Look who's back. Did you see anything unusual? No, nothing out of the ordinary. Good. Then we'll raise the security level and be on standby until the new intel comes. Hang on a second. Ironblood's base is pretty close to the snowfield area, isn't it? Since we're going out to collect samples anyway, we might as well go just a little further and help them out. What's the alternative? Folding our arms and waiting to see what happens? That's being too passive. Imagine if it was us instead. Wouldn't you wish someone would come help? Yes, you're right. The situation in Antarctica is worsening. We must complete all the goals of the trip before it's too late. Talon, you stay here and watch for the news and enemies. The rest of us will travel to the Ironblood base. Got it. Be careful out there. Still a bit too fast. Well, that's a bummer. Submarine's voyage continued. Meanwhile, the girls had all gathered in the mess hall. Thank you! This is juice? Seriously? Duh! We can't get drunk on a mission! I'd love to drink as much as the next girl, but we should stay all alert. The liquor stays in the cupboard. Well, Soyuz, everyone's seated. Let's hear the answer to Sovetsky's question. Right, I'll now tell you about the history of Antarctica. Oh, it's exposition dump time. Sovetsky Soyuz also raises a glass of juice to her lips, and her mind's already begun to embark on another voyage. In the last Great War, before the Azur Lane splintered, all the factions of the world came together to discuss who would control Antarctica. After many long debates, humanity finally reached an agreement, one that came to be known as the Antarctic Treaty. The treaty had many provisions. First and foremost, all claims made over Antarctica's territory were suspended. Their continent would not belong to any single government, but would be under the management of the Azur Lane. The construction of research bases or naval outposts to defend against sirens would only be allowed with permission from the Azur Lane. Furthermore, the command structure in Antarctica was to be equal or higher than the anti-siren operational areas in each sea sector. Even after the Crimson Axis was established, the Azur Lane's attitude towards the Antarctic remained the same. The Azur Lane may also, for any reason, freely take command of fleets or ships belonging to its member states stationed in Antarctica or its surrounding ocean. It may also intervene in any and all armed conflicts within its borders. Does that include reenactments? It does. In other words, Commander's power is infinite here? Infinite might be an overstatement, but it's true that Comrade Commander's authority is greater here than anywhere else. Such as the power of the naval commander of the Azur Lane. On paper, this authority supersedes that of the governments around the world, though in practice, it has yet to be exercised. There are no reenactments around Antarctica. There have never been any significant encounters against sirens here either. If anything, one could say the Antarctic Treaty is a forgotten remnant from the last Great War. Back then, the sirens had such an insurmountable advantage that even coastal regions were hard to defend. The strategic value of a place as distant as Antarctica was less than zero. Essentially, things boil down to this simple principle: you won't touch it if nobody else does. Rarely are things so straightforward on the international stage. And so it remained until after the war, when the Azur Lane split, then things began to change. It started with the Ironblood, which took and managed the anti-siren outpost prior to this treaty to construct military bases. Thanks to the knowledge they gained from reverse engineering siren technology, those bases got finished in the blink of an eye. Then, as part of a gambit by its higher-ups, the Eagle Union built a military stronghold and stationed a permanent fleet in the area. Northern Parliament, Royal Navy, and Irish Orthodoxy all attempted to follow suit with their own bases, but due to ensuing reenactments, none of us made any real progress. Afterwards, the Irish Orthodoxy was split into two, forcing them to withdraw any claims on the continent. Royal Navy downsized their forces, eventually giving up the goals of maintaining a military base on Antarctica. As for us, we largely abandoned our hopes of militarizing our research bases and shifted our attention back towards more pressing issues in the Arctic North. There are recorded incidents of the governments of the Eagle Union and Ironblood exchanging blows through mass-produced ships, but beyond that, no major conflicts have broken out. However, you must take note that a single truth underpinned all these events, that Antarctica had no strategic value. Which brings us to the current day. And as you all know, the Azur Lane and the Crimson Axis have reached a comprehensive ceasefire agreement. As we speak, representatives from all over the world are gathered at the reunited Irish Orthodoxy to discuss the reformation of a single Azur Lane. Naturally, one of the terms for this process would be that all parties would assume their roles in upholding the existing treaties and agreements of the Azur Lane. And of course, the Antarctic Treaty would be no exception. Having all that said, regardless of how this negotiation process actually goes, and as long as all the factions are still waiting to come to the table, still willing to come to the table, there shouldn't be any major power shifts in Antarctica. The Royal Navy, Northern Parliament, Eagle Union, and Ironblood use the factions that still have research bases in Antarctica. Of these factions, only the last two have any sort of military presence here. Yep, also fun fact, our research station was made in collaboration with Ironblood. Wait, what? That's news to me. I never knew that either. Our intelligence bureau must have kept that fact close to the vest. It is correct. Our station was indeed built with borrowed Ironblood technology. It's not strictly confidential information, just a little known fact. We knew about the reenactments and shared our intel with Ironblood. Around this time, we decided to build a base hidden from Naval HQ's prying eyes. Me, Friedrich, and many others, we all came together in preparation for the coming war with the Sirens. This included building our research station in Antarctica. You know what gun allows Vanguard to sync basically perfectly with Musashi? I'm not aware of one. It's not Musashi's gun or Kearsarge's gun. If you put those on Vanguard, she's way too long. We built it because this war with the Sirens will one day be over. We built it because the world has so many discoveries waiting to be made. John Bart's crappy quad gun. Yeah, that would actually lower Vanguard's DPS, not increase it. We built it because the future holds countless possibilities. We built it because if human society dedicates itself solely to war, then what will we do once there's no more war to fight? This is why we built the research station, in preparation for a better tomorrow. It really makes you think. Okay, if I got this right, nobody lives in Antarctica, so the Sirens don't attack it. Sirens don't attack it, so nobody real cares about it. Nobody real cares about it, so humanity signed a treaty agreeing to just share it. And because nobody cares about it, the research station gets away with doing stuff in secret. Alright? Pretty much. What caveat get here? Also, while it's true no people live there, it's still home to a whole ecosystem. On that subject, now my turn to play the teacher. Can anyone name an Antarctic animal? Penguin. Me, penguins! Young penguins, cute penguins. Will we, get to see any of those here? Most likely. Research station isn't far from penguin habitat. Hooray! What is it, Sovetsky? You look like something's on your mind. Round means fat. Fat means ancient people probably ate them. And they lay eggs, don't they? Bet you somebody's big penguin egg omelet. Huh? But penguins are such cute little things. How could anyone be so cruel? Round penguins. Tasty penguins. I wonder if I can catch one. Hey, stop you right there. Remember the Antarctic Treaty? Yeah. It especially says all Antarctic animals are protected, whether they fly in the sky or walk on the land. Don't even think about eating any of them. It's not gonna happen. Damn, you live to see another day, penguins. Phew, that's a relief to hear. You won't have to worry about food. In addition to the supplies for our expedition, we're also bringing rations to resupply our research station. Please don't do anything to the little penguins other than the door room, Sovetsky. Yeah, I know. I get it. We've come all the way to Antarctica, and you hate to leave without trying some of the local cuisine, right? Yeah, I guess. And I've got good news for you. All the animals that fly or walk on the land are off limits, but all the ones that swim in the water are fair game. Like krill for one. It's pretty good. And don't feel too bummed about the penguins. According to ancient Antarctic hunters, it hardly tastes any different from chicken. Everything tastes like chicken, though. And if you're really craving chicken, I can roast one for you. You'll just have to make do with that. I can make you krill noodle soup. Your royalty used to have that at their banquets long ago. It's gotta be delicious. I don't know about that. Granted, they didn't use krill back then, but still. How was it krill noodle soup then? Doesn't sound that good, but like they say, don't knock it till you try it. Wait, you never said you could cook palm yet? Well, I do sometimes. I make old dishes that keep the taste alive in my memory. Yeah. Okay, Palmiat, you're starting to give the game away. I know you're old, but you're not that old. Unless you're a beta. Beep beep. This is Research Station Murney. Kalinka, your signal has been verified. Welcome to Antarctica. Thank you. It's been a while, Comrade Talon. We brought you supplies and gratitude from your back home from your commitment to the motherland. Yeah, thanks. I'll have to cook up something special tonight. I have to say, you were the last person I was expecting Soyuz, and you really didn't think you'd visit in person. One sec. There, I sent you the latest map data. There's your route to the station. Look out for icebergs and hold on to your wheel. I'll come meet you outside the station. Okay. Oh, I forgot to put the beaver badge on. Oh well. Anyway. I was gonna get the calculator out and do a little bit of calculating. Murray apparently means peace. Cute. Yes. I agree. If what I'm calculating is right, a reload of 18.66 seconds would let Helena stay ahead of Vanguard for 2 salvos instead of just 1. If you're using... Oh wait, no. That doesn't take into account the fire control radar on the first salvo. Excuse me. If you're not using the fire control, she would keep it up for two salvos. Yep, she'd still be ahead of Helena with the higher standard fire control radar. That's a bummer. How is Aurora MVPing? What? Yeah. And Helena, Yeah, I was gonna say 16, 36, 56, 76. So 2 salvos.
撃ち続けなさい。
And that's not including the fire control radar.
ユニオンの最
Alright, snow melt area. Oh, let's see.
指揮官、一杯どうです？
Let's
私を
remember
呼
to
ばせて
change it this
変な
time.
ことをすることができるかどうか。指揮官、
Alright, catastrophe.
これはなかなかの極楽ですね。あ、指揮官様。
Antarctica ice field sometime later. So, you got a minute? I want to ask you something. I know Ironblood gave us a hand to their own base, and that we should help those in need. But nobody said you yourself need to go, nor that you had to go at once. They built a fortress out there like the Eagle Union. I think they'd be able to defend it themselves. You're right. Ironblood does not need our assistance. That was made clear from the moment they sent us advice instead of a request for help. Having said that, I see this as a good opportunity to do some reconnaissance. Now that Bismarck has returned, what strategies does Ironblood employ? What is their organization like out in this vast desert of snow? Are there projects from Friedrich's area still ongoing? Has their stance on cooperating with us changed? These are just some of the things I'd like to know. Things you can't just ask through regularly scheduled messages. Thus, I want to be proactive and emphasize upfront that our cooperation is in both our best interests. We won't have any reason to refuse help since naturally this follows Comrade Commander's principles. And then there's the mysterious enemy that attacked. I must look into that sooner or later anyway. Yep, exactly. Basically, it's getting a lot of crap done at once. Efficient. However you cut it, there's no loss in Soyuz going. Yay, look, there's a bunch of buildings over there. I think that's Ironblood's base. That's a cute image. And a bunch of black squares. That's interesting. Girls cast their gazes over where Agnevoy pointed. There was a cluster of Ironblood buildings rising from the ice fields like concrete shells. It certainly looks like a military complex. Compare that to our little research station. Ain't it kind of overkill though? Like, you don't need a sturdy fortress in Antarctica. It's not gonna take so rare out here. It seems unlikely that it's just a research station or a safety measure in case of siren invasion. Something about this is fishy. Perhaps Friedrich is still in our branch. Hee, something's happened in our Antarctica Soyuz. You wanna know what? Huh? What are you talking about? Okay, suddenly we got a whole lot closer. About, what's this? Hamiat. Soyuz was standing completely still, yet the scenery around her changed in an instant. Hamiat and the rest of her comrades were gone. In their place, a city made of steel towered in the distance. Its scale was almost unbelievable. It wasn't so much that the ice field surrounded the city, but rather the city surrounded the ice field. Its border stretched from horizon to horizon, and it didn't stop there. Soyuz looked down and realized she was standing not on snow and rock, but rather on metallic pavement. She was on the edge of a city that was still growing, consuming the silver landscape around it. This entire expanse has become a fortress. No. Could this be the original form of the place where we're standing now? Soyuz could not help but be astonished by the sudden thought. That's impossible. This can't be real. Scenery changed once more, allowing her no time to digest the thought. This time, the ground was ablaze and the city was crumbling. The sky, a shimmering aura, the daunting yet splendorous city had collapsed in the blink of an eye. What is this? Antarctica's essence, its truth, its future? Yet again, thoughts formed from the blank space in the back of her mind. Yes, this is my story. One of the possible futures for this continent. Phew. Was I just hallucinating? Everything is back to normal, looking as it should. Hum-de-dum. Hamiat, what exactly did you mean by your story? My story? What are you talking about? Yeah, Boy, we're just having a chat. You must have misheard something I said. Misheard, but... Are you alright, Soyuz? Are you hearing things? Not just hearing things. I saw something, too. Audio-visual hallucinations, eh? You did catch that crystal earlier. Maybe they have something to do with it? Could be. Her very rigging did get restructured. That takes a huge toll on your body and mind. Yes, you're probably right. Are you sure you're okay? Should we stop and take a break? I'm fine, I promise. The base isn't far now, so let's get out of the cold. Okay, Palmia, you look like you're up to no good.
バカね。無駄な抵抗をするんじゃないわ。
進みましょう。後ずさることなく。
全手法打ち続けなさい。勝ったわ。訓練ど
進みましょう。後ずさることなく。
全手法打ち続けなさい。全手法
団結を。
打ち続けなさい。全手法打ち続けなさい。
I forgot. Submarines. Of course there'd be submarines.
ええ、想定通りに進んでい。進みましょう。後ずさることなく。
全手法打ち続けなさい。
C クラス勝利の裏にある。
Ironblood's base was on high alert, ready to respond quickly in case of an enemy invasion. Getting inside would have been difficult for Soyuz's party, but luckily a message from Talon allowed them inside without much fuss. Antarctic Ironblood military camp? Sometime later. Greetings. I am Königsberg, the head of operations at this base. Allow me to sincerely thank you, Sovetsky Soyuz and Company, for offering us your assistance. You don't need to thank us. What's the situation? You've generously come to our aid, so the least we can do is tell you the facts as they are. To be honest with you, this situation is quite bad. What now? So you said she wanted to do some reconnaissance. Shh, don't say anything out loud. As I wrote my message to you, we have lost contact with the research station near the Snowmelt area. The last message we got from was engaging unidentified enemy. Shortly after, the signal started being jammed and we haven't heard anything more from them. To make matters worse, we've also lost contact with their nearest supply base. The jam has cut us off from them too. Due to all these problems, I'm afraid we're in no position to provide any hospitality. I wasn't expecting your group to come all the way out here to speak to us, let alone offer us help. I see you've also gotten a new rigging Soyuz. Congratulations. What brought all of you to Antarctica anyway? The new crystal that was discovered in the Snowmelt area? I see word about it reached you quickly. That confirms it. That was the crystal that the Tribunal was talking about. Indeed it was. However, I also wanted to investigate the phenomena that arose following its discovery. As you know, abnormal weather is often an omen of an impending siren attack. Even ignoring that, it's extremely likely that the unidentified enemy is part of a plot against you. Perhaps it's a reenactment. Perhaps it's a conspiracy. Whatever the case, I'd like to know how Ironblood plans to respond. What will you do? It depends. We've dispatched a team to the site. What they report back will decide our next move. I may ask, what do you plan to do? You're going to head straight for the Snowmelt area and conduct an investigation. It's clear that the abnormal weather and the unidentified enemy are linked to the crystal. Therefore, a direct investigation will hopefully bring a swift end to the situation. That's quite brave of you. I sadly don't have any intel to share on the mysterious enemy, but I will say this. Please be careful out there. If I find out anything new, I'll contact you immediately. Thank you. Likewise. We'll let you know if we find anything of note. Also, I have a proposition to make. Given that Antarctica is fairly isolated from any faction sphere of influence, it's hard to argue humanity has a strong presence here. In the event a problem arises, I believe all factions present should unite to deal with it. To facilitate this, I propose an agreement to share what information we gather with other factions as well. I'm sure that if present here, Comrade Commander would have suggested the same thing. Oh, sure, I'm okay with that. To think you brought up the Commander, well, I suppose that hearing it does convince people. I'd also like to propose an evacuation plan in case of disaster. We have a special submarine that has the capacity to evacuate all the personnel stationed here. If we can control the situation, I'd like this place to serve as the stronghold from which we conduct all of our plans to neutralize the enemy. But in the worst case scenario, I would suggest everyone stationed here gathers at our research station, and we may immediately evacuate our submarine. That is very generous of you. To tell you the truth, this fortress relies almost entirely on automated defense systems. I'm the sole ship girl stationed here. Defending this place without the prospect of reinforcements is frankly a bad idea. To put it another way, this is not a hill worth dying on. I agree with your evacuation plan. Should the situation develop into a crisis, I will head straight to your research station. Thank you. I'll tell Talon she can make arrangements for your arrival in advance. That should be everything, I think. We will now make our way to the Snowmelt area. Good luck. Do teach the enemy a thing or two about attacking us. Alright. So, 5 more to get the full clear.
進みましょう。後ずさることなく。
全手法打ち続けなさい。全手法打ち続けなさい。
ええ、想定通り。
Now hang on.
進みましょう。
If it's all frozen, why are we going over the sea?
撃ち続けなさい。
if we haven't engaged the enemy, why are there are all these siren mobs? Please explain.
勝ったわ。バカめ、無駄な抵抗をするんじゃないわ。全手法撃ち続けなさい。
まとめて吹っ飛ばす。
全手法撃ち続けなさい。全手法
まとめて吹っ飛ばす。
撃ち続けなさい。
Oot.
私はレナウ
ええ、想定通りに進んでいますね。
Some nice dragon and pretty girls.
バカめ、無駄な抵抗をするんじゃないわ。全手法撃ち続けなさい。
まとめて吹っ飛ばす。
全手法撃ち続けなさい。
まとめて吹っ飛ばす。
全手法撃ち続けなさい。
Talon always looks so angry as she finishes up a
Yeah.
fight.
想定通りに進んでいますね。
We got one more node.
進みましょう。後ずさることなく。
まとめて吹っ飛ばす。
全手法
団結を
撃ち続けなさい。
まとめて吹っ飛ばす。
ええ、想定ど
Alright, boss time.
進みましょう。後ずさることなく。全手法撃ち続けなさい。全手法
団結を
撃ち続けなさい。
Oh, there's the barrage. Wow, that's impressive.
全手法撃ち続けなさい。全手法撃ち続けなさい。
グリッドレイキ。
勝ったわ。訓練通りにやっていればこうなるんじゃない？戻ってきましたね。
Let's see if we can enhance
厳かな
Soyuz a
指
bit.
導者、不愛想な決裁者、協力に感謝します。同志指揮官。これでメンテナンスが無事。
No, that's it.
Baka バカめ、無駄な抵抗をするんじゃないわ。
Stop the pointless struggle and surrender.
指揮官。
バカね。無駄な抵抗をするんじゃないわ。
進みましょう。後ずさることなく。
まとめて吹っ飛ばす。全手法打ち続けなさい。
一致団結を。
まとめて吹っ飛ばす。全手法打ち続けなさい。
That barrage is really impressive.
ええ、想定通りに進んでいますね。
I think instead of balancing your skills out, I'll max that first. Seems like it would be the more effective way to approach it. Usually with UR girls, I'll
進みましょう。
balance the skill books out. I'll leave skill up one level at a time. Hey, welcome back, Catastrophe. I was just commenting on how impressive Soyuz's barrage looked. So I got a couple procs of it last time. Basically, it looks like a multi-lobed ice crystal that forms around the target. No, it didn't proc that time. Boom.
指揮官さん。ええ、想定通りに進んでいますね。
Antarctic en route to the snow melt area. Sometime later. Ah, I can't believe Koenigsberg believed that. She really thought Soyuz's rigging just got a little upgrade rather than being rebuilt from scratch using that crystal. I bet she'd believe it if we said this gear was all mining and survey gear. It didn't seem like she knew the Eagle Union had dispatched a huge fleet either. Either the signal jam has left her completely clueless, or she was hiding something from us. It looked like she got as much intel from you girls as you girls got from her, if not more. And where'd the pink at the end of your... okay, I'm not asking questions. Then again, Ironblood's base has been the closest to those crystals, so maybe she's just been blinded by overconfidence. You know, I still can't believe the Union sent such a large fleet. Not just mass-produced ships either, but ship girls. Soyuz, I know there's something you're not telling us. This isn't just about the crystals. You're looking for something else near the snowball area. So you realized... I knew something was up. You wouldn't travel across the world with a non-functional rigging just to see a quarry. Tell us already, what are you here for? I'm sorry, I should have told you sooner. Koenigsberg, too. In fact, I was supposed to explain this shortly after we arrived on the continent. Exposition dump 2! This led to that, and well, so you've brought it up now, and we have some time before we reach our destination. Let me start by saying the Eagle Union almost certainly doesn't know that I'm about to tell you. There is a shelter beneath the snowballed area. Its construction was a joint effort between us and Ironblood. It's a doomsday bunker 1,000 meters below the surface. It was built to protect all the people inside no matter what calamity was unfolding on the surface. Its name is the Ring of the Wise. Naturally, I have no reason to believe it had anything to do with the discovery of the ring-enhancing crystal. However, might just be the reason why the snow on the surface has started melting. I'll be damned. The bunker bar is responsible for the snow melt. Koenigsberg seemed completely unaware of it. I take it this is highly classified intel then. It is. I suspect that even you had never even heard a word about it until now. As it should be. Owing to its secret nature, only a very small handful of ship girls know about its existence. Our bunker's the cause of it, eh? I thought we had another unsolvable case in our hands. Happens all too often that a cool mystery has a boring explanation. Let's not jump to conclusions. We don't yet know if the ring created the snowballed area. It shouldn't be able to. It's in a dormant state right now. The only way it could cause snowmelt on this scale is if someone deliberately activated and modified certain facilities. Then there's the unidentified enemy and the crystal. Those obviously weren't there during the construction or planning stage. If other factions are allowed to investigate freely, it's only a matter of time before they discover the bunker. Even if the commander covers for us, the naval HQ will nail us for it. We have to get to the bottom of this. This is the one mission I cannot sit out on. Alright, that is C2.
What?
Let's move on to C3, Ring of the Wise. Ooh, Barracudas. Nice. Looks like the carrier siren, too. Antarctica. Site of the unusual weather. Snowbelt area. Sometime later. Hey, does anyone else hear that? There's a river nearby. That ain't no river, it's a waterfall. Multiple of them even. How the hell is there running water in the sun near the South Pole? It's the snowmelt now. It's revealing all the mountains underneath. Talon wasn't kidding. I know she wasn't, but now that I'm seeing it with my own eyes. It's not just melting the snow on the surface. Underground rivers are forming inside the mountain. The bunker has to be doing this. Please be careful. The ice has become unstable. Watch your footing as we ascend this mountain. Why does our adventure in the snow have to include climbing a mountain? I'm so tired. This sucks ass. Ship girls were made to travel seas, not mountainsides. Oh, Surfy, look at the glowy stuff over there. I think that's the mineral we came here for. A crystal jutted out from the mountain, surrounded by black rock. Its blue glow is unmistakable. Yeah, blue light. Interesting. It's small, but this shows that there are deposits of it even on the surface. It's surrounded by ice. Yeah, it's got some kind of ambient cooling effect. Wow, it's like a fridge, but prettier. You can put it in a cooler box with some ice cream and take it anywhere without it melting. You should bring a bunch home. So long, refrigerators. Your services are no longer needed. Yeah, so we go backwards in technology. Come on, people. Refrigeration is not what we want them for. These are rigging superchargers. Let's look at what it did to Soyuz's rigging. If we study them, we can give all of you fancy new riggings. New riggings? Oh, hell yeah, baby. So if I touch it, will it restructure mine too? Wait, don't. Soyuz's words weren't quick enough. Survey picked up the fist-sized crystal and held it with both hands. Well, how do you feel, Surfy? Yow! My freaking hand's so cold. Ow, my side's giving me frostbite. I didn't think it did anything. I still feel the same. No surprise there. Talon already said that touching it really doesn't do anything. Maybe it needs to be bigger or have some condition be met. Who knows what you need to do? I don't have the time for this right now. Let's leave the crystal behind. The snowmelt has reached much further than I initially expected. We need to get inside the ring ASAP and investigate what's wrong with it. You said it's like 1,000 meters underground, right? We shouldn't be going down. Shouldn't we be going down, not up? It's deep down, yes, but the entrance is up there. The rock provides a stable foundation. A mountain is a good landmark for finding it amidst all this snow and ice. Hasn't the snowmelt, changed their terrain like a lot? You sure you remember where the entrance is supposed to be? No, I'm afraid I don't. You don't? Well, so what are we gonna do? Search the whole mountain from top to bottom? That won't be necessary. There's an identification device near the entrance. If it's active, it should respond to this transmitter I have. Remember, be on your guard for the as of yet unidentified enemy. Search for the entrance commences now. Okay. More text. After some searching, Soyuz successfully located the entrance to the bunker. Hooray! Party caught their breaths after all that mountain climbing before proceeding inside. Well, that happened suddenly. Antarctica, snow-melt area, the Ring of the Wise, bunker entrance. The sound of gears grinding together. Slowly, the steel blast doors opened like the jaws of some giant. Inside, they didn't find what they were expecting. Not a corridor large enough to drive a tank through. No winding paths reminiscent of a maze. Not even a cutting-edge machinery. This looks like our base back when we came to Antarctica. All there was an office. In addition to the usual furnishings, it was covered in a layer of dust, having not been used for so long. This lame as hell. They made something way cooler when you called this a doomsday bunker. I mean, come on. This looks like any old naval facility I've been to. I've got it. It was designed to look boring. Because it looks so boring, people who don't know any better will go, bah, just another Northern Parliament base, and write it off. But that's exactly what we want them to think. There's gotta be another entrance to the real bunker, right? Yes, you are correct. This office is only a facade. The real entrance is this way. Come with me. To the surprise of nobody, there was a hidden space behind the bookcase. It moved aside, revealing the true entrance. And hey, this is rather large. After traversing a long corridor and passing through many blast-resistant roller shutters, the girls finally arrived at an elevator that would take them down to the bunker. Because nothing is suspicious about a random bland office in the Antarctic mountain. No, nothing's suspicious about that. All we need to do is get off at the right floor and we'll gain access to the ring. Wait, right floor? What happens if we get off at the wrong one? You don't want to know. What? Come on, you have to admit this is overkill. This bunker is hidden in the middle of nowhere on a barren continent, behind layers of security and facades. Do you need a trapped elevator too? Nobody's gonna reach it. Wrong. Not only has somebody already breached it, they've also already activated the bunker's facilities. Have you noticed how the temperature's been slowly rising? I have. It's warm and cozy in here, just like back at the research station. Oh, yeah. Not cold anymore. Happened so gradually I didn't even notice. Yes, heating's been running since long before we arrived here. The temperature wouldn't be so stable if it hadn't. However, the snow melt on the scale we saw outside could possibly have happened simply by someone starting up the bunker systems. Someone, for some reason, activated some part of this facility. This has been all but confirmed at this point. Please stick together once we're inside. We're heading into the security room first of all. Roger. The elevator looked quite old, yet to everyone's surprise, it brought them to the bunker's interior both faster and quieter than they thought. Yeesh, did you see how fast that was? Huh, guess this place isn't like any old bunker. The architect may have had fun with its design, but it was built with utility first in mind. This was all cutting-edge tech at the time. The only quaint thing about it is its looks. So we're 1,000 meters deep now, yeah? Doubt it. That was only about 20 stories. I think we'll have to change another mode of transport. I don't think that's how you spell stories. Correct. We will now pass through a few more in-between areas before we finally enter the main part of the bunker. The path will take us through many layers of security and multiple elevators. One of which is the area up ahead. I will go into the security room and gather the info we need. The rest of you, please wait here. A while later, Soyuz returned to her waiting comrades. Took you a while. Did you have trouble finding the stuff? No, actually it went extremely well. There are some interesting things on the security logs. Unfortunately, they're also quite confusing. According to the logs, the bunker's been active since long before the snowbelt area appeared. Beyond the dwelling area, a few manufacturing areas were activated as well. However, there were no logs as to what was manufactured. Additionally, the shelter's control system has been scanning all this time and still is. It's generated an enormous amount of reports. They tried to see where to scan, but it wasn't in the data logs. All security systems, cameras included, haven't detected anything, much less sounded an alarm. Assuming an intruder is behind this, they know this place inside out. They have to, since they had high enough clearance needed to activate the facilities and erase all the traces of themselves having been here. Someone has high enough clearance and knows about this shelter. Could it be someone from the Intelligence Bureau? That's absolutely impossible. I am the only person who knows how to delete records from the database. Maybe someone hacked their way in? Melting the ice, running the scans. What if the intruder was using the bunker to look for veins of that crystal? That's plausible. Let's look for the evidence. There are two areas to prioritize. First, manufacturing area. The intruder made something there. Second, the data center. You can view the results of all the scans. Of course, we have areas further down to explore, but let's take things one at a time. I bet the scans report lots of snow and ice and frozen things. Proceed with caution and keep your eyes peeled. So yeah, back when we got to the research station, Pamiat went out of her way to mention how it seemed like a doomsday bunker. And now we're in a doomsday bunker with a front entrance that looks just like the research base. Coincidence? I wonder if a certain meta ship girl has been living there the entire time.
C クラス駆逐艦のコメットで勝ったわ。訓練通り。
Go Talon. Alright. It's interesting that they gave us an SR meta ship girl this time around. Usually if it's associated with an event like this, it's usually a elite grade girl. Unless... I forget. Is Vestal meta an SR girl? She might be. Oh yeah, U556 was meta, was SR. Excuse me, I was wrong. I forget about U556 meta, I've never actually used her. I'm still using the boring Wolf Pack. Oh, I'm starting to train up the Eagle Union subfleet. Vestal Meadows Cruise Pass.
進みましょう。後ずさることなく。
Yeah, Vestal Meadow was elite.
全手法打ち続けなさい。まとめて吹っ飛ばす。全手法
Yeah,
打
and
ち続
she
けな
was
さい。
Cruise Pass. You, Catastrophe, were correct, my good sir.
勝利の裏にある。
The ship girls proceeded deeper into the shelter. As Soyuz said, they had to traverse through many security areas and ride several elevators. Then they followed a long corridor and boarded a shuttle system. Now, at long last, they had reached their destination, the manufacturing area. This place is driving me nuts. Wonder if we'll see Kirov at this event. Perhaps. It's one thing to have security checkpoints between areas and multiple elevators, but a frickin' shuttle? Come on, you gotta be joking. Listen, this isn't some small missile silo, it's an enormous complex. If you could just ride an elevator all the way to the bottom, you might as well get rid of all security because it would be so easily bypassed. Getting confused by a bunker's layout? Guess what? That's on purpose. If you feel lost, imagine how lost an intruder would feel. Good point. Breaking in would be one thing, breaking out would be much harder. I'm running out of breath here. I never walked underground this long before. I'm missing the sky. Hang in there. We're almost at the underground cave system. This is where the heart of the bunker is located. We can take a break there. Wait, underground cave system? Yeah, people have been saying for a long time there's a sea beneath Antarctica's light sheets. Come again? An underground sea? Yes, it's true. From a geographical viewpoint, the possibility of a subglacial sea in Antarctica has been long theorized. Then, when we constructed this bunker, we found actual evidence for the theory. You'll see it for yourself once we arrive at the ring. First, though, we're going to find out what the intruder made in the manufacturing area. The production line is just up ahead. Let's hurry. Girls arrived in front of a roller shutter in the hallway connecting to the manufacturing area, and as soon as it opened, a cold wind rushed out. Ah, shit, that's cold. We're still underground, ain't we? Why ain't the AC working? This place is being cooled, not heated. Strange, it shouldn't be too cold at this depth, but it's chilly as if it was on the surface. It's a production feature. The environmental temperature is optimized over in the manufacturing. It's not surprising the temperature may not be very comfortable. Anyway, let's turn off the cooling and switch on the lights. The lamps came on in sequence, casting a warming light over the dark area, slowly revealing more and more of it. Before them was production line HL-17-36. This was but one of hundreds of the manufacturing lines inside the bunker, and its scale was on par with a standard factory. A Zelma designed in Bureau Factory to be precise. Originally, this line was designed to produce many land vehicles for traversing ice fields and machine parts. That was not what was being produced now, however. The production line was creating something else and transporting it up to the bunker's superstructure. What on earth is going on? Machines are taking ice, rock, and sand and using them to create those crystals. The crystals are man-made? How is that possible? That doesn't make any sense. Those crystals discovered in the Snowrealm area, they came from here? They were made in a bunker? A bunker we built? And out of ice and rock, too. How the hell do you kick those crystals out of rock and ice? Soyuz, are these crystals a real deal? They can't be, right? This has to be alchemy or black magic or something. No, these crystals are genuine. The production line's been repurposed to produce them through some mysterious means. Doesn't seem like we'll learn how either. The manufacturing machines have all been destroyed from the inside. There are no logs left. Destroyed from the inside? When? The moment we enter this area, I believe. Most likely the change in temperature served as a trigger for the logs and machines to self-destruct. I'm afraid that we won't find anything useful here beyond more crystal samples. With a sudden loud bang, the production line came to a complete stop. My hopes were low, but I didn't expect to have this poor luck. Agnevoy might be right. What happened here falls in the domain of magic. I can't begin to grasp it either. All we did know is it did happen. Through some means, the ice and rock were combined to form the crystals, which were then carried to the surface. We'll need to conduct research on how this was done, and how the mechanism behind the rigging resonance works. We didn't find much here, so it's time to head to try the data center. I hope we'll find what we're looking for there. Okay.
進みましょう。
So, Pamela Meta's been hanging out in the underground bunker, making crystals. And luring everyone to Antarctica. Why?
ユニオンのさ
進みましょう。後ずさることなく。
全手法打ち続けなさい。まとめて吹っ飛ばす。
Maybe she was just lonely.
打ち続けなさい。
Maybe. So that was the barrage just on the screen now.
こんにちは、指揮官。
ええ、想定通りに進んでいますね。
For tomorrow's stream, I'll have it up a few levels, so hopefully it'll be more reliable.
バカね。無駄な抵抗をする
Maybe
んじ
she
ゃないわ。
wants everything to burn and the crystals are blasting. Oh no, Richard spells and rumors. Maybe, maybe.
まとめて吹っ飛ばす。全手法打ち続けなさい。全手法打ち続けなさい。
ええ、想定通りに進んでいます。進みましょう。後ずさることなく。
全手法打ち続けなさい。まとめて吹っ飛ばす。
Alright, let's kick the boss's shins.
バカね。無駄な抵抗をするんじゃないわ。
The elevator's descent slowed, gradually stopping at the correct floor. That is to say, it had reached the data center, only that they had reached a short hallway connecting to the next elevator. The only thing setting this cold, boring corridor apart from all the others they had seen was the numbers painted on the wall. They expected more of the same beyond the next door. They were wrong. This time there was something different. Oh, this is new. The corridor is furnished with pretty wallpaper. And there's nice carpet, a chandelier, and even expensive furniture. Interesting. This is supposed to be where they kept their best stuff. Soyuz, does this bunker have an art storage area for preserving important works of art, I mean? It's not a stretch to say that it has something similar to that. But it isn't this place, and the art certainly wouldn't be out on display. The art would have been relocated, but if it was, this isn't where it would all go. Ship girls looked down the long corridor and saw a few paintings adorning the walls. It was almost like an art gallery. This part, that sounds ominous. What do we do, Soyuz? I don't see any other way forward. While we're at it, we might as well check out the paintings on display, right? Oh no. Oh no, what are we going to be looking at? I don't see why not. Let's look at them briefly. Furniture lining the hallway looks quite old. It must be antiques from the Imperia area before the Northern Parliament's inception. I don't recognize these paintings, though. They seem valuable. I have no idea when or where they're from. Did the intruder put them here? Did they want us to show us? Did they want to show us something? Let's play along, I suppose. Perhaps these paintings will give us some insight into the intruder's character. Right, follow me. Soyuz's team walked down the corridor, turned art gallery. They looked at a wall with 4 paintings hanging on it, above which was a label with the wordings "Morning Sun" on it, suggesting a shared theme. What? Exposition label. Oil painting depicting all the factions signing a ceasefire agreement. Trains on which the agreement was signed were produced at a factory in St. Petersburg. They are seen as a symbol of victory. The ceasefire agreement? When was this? I think it's a painting from the Imperial period. Yes, I have no memory of an event like this ever happening. I looked at a wall with 4 paintings on it. Okay. Star of Imperia. No, painting depicting a high-speed train, the Star of Imperia, stopping at a station. Based on a well-known contemporary photograph, looking at it brings one back to her, that radiant moment. A well-known contemporary photograph? Never seen anything similar to this. Ring any bells, Agnoy? No, not at all. I've never heard anything about a train named Star of Imperia in service back home either. They looked at a wall, yeah. New Alliance, New Order. All painting depicting of the formation of a new worldwide alliance. There are dozens of flags fluttering in the painting, among which one with a golden 2-headed eagle is placed with the most eye-catching location. I don't like it. It feels weird. I looked at a wall with 4 paintings. Yeah. Celebration of victory. All painting depicting the main hall of the Victory Commemoration Museum. The hall has many works on display, including observers' rigging. What? That's her rigging. I've never seen the real thing before. I'm guessing this museum was built to celebrate the victory against the Sirens? Wait, what? The girls continued down the ornate corridor. They saw another 4 paintings, seemingly grouped together under a label that said "Setting Sun." Lumping Giant. All painting depicting city residents going shopping on a holiday. There's a line in front of the grocery store. People are waiting to buy vodka and brown bread. This one at least feels a little bit familiar. Yeah, many years ago there used to be frequent sorters because our shipping lanes were closed. Things are much better now that they're reopened. I think this is a thing of the past, really. You have enough food to go around now. And more paintings. It's depicting what happened in Pamiat Meta's timeline. Perhaps. They gave a trial. There's no trial appears to be a naval officer attempting to direct a warship to St. Petersburg. Warship to St. Petersburg? You don't need to be very bright to figure out how that travel must have gone. Never heard of anything like that. Another made-up story? Strange how it was a warship, not a ship girl. I wonder why someone thought to paint this. 4 more paintings. Confined Giant. Abstract painting redone in an evocative style. Giants drawn with rough lines, whilst the people are drawn with well-defined lines. The two create a striking contrast. This one's very abstract. Stands out among the crowd, that's for sure. 4 more paintings. Setting Sun. Silent Christmas Eve. Sketch with simplistic line work depicting a flag on a building being lowered on Christmas Eve. This work was drawn by a child, and as such details are hazy. However, one can still feel the heavy, solemn mood of this piece. The hell? It's been neat oil painting till now, and now there's a scribble on display? I'm not sure why, but looking at me makes me feel uneasy. Same, rubs me the wrong way. Okay. Group went even further down the art gallery. And 4 more paintings. Labeled said Utopia. Magnificent Palace. Long picture scroll depicting an Imperial period palace that stretches forever. Among the crowds, you're able to find countless familiar faces. After many, many detours, you and your friends gathered here as though nobody left in the first place. Okay, idealistic intentions. Long picture scroll depicting the moment a historic treaty was made. One could clearly make out each and every person who was present at the treaty signing. Among many flags fluttering in the wind, you saw one with a golden two-headed eagle and a white bear. The words, "From now on, we may enjoy the everlasting peace," are written near the top of the scroll. Once again, Utopia, the endless banquet. Long picture scroll depicting a massive banquet that will last into eternity. Saying all of the good things must come to an end has become antiquated. You made the world yours, making a banquet last forever is child's play to you. Carefree lecture. A doodle depicting class and section at school. Notice that the teacher is a siren? This is normal. We made peace with them. Why wouldn't we let them teach our what? Labels on the money. This sure looks like a utopia. Utopia's our goal, too. That's what we're all working towards. Yeah, but doing that and making peace with the sirens are mutually exclusive. Soyuz, what do you think about all these paintings? I appreciate the author's ideas. It's not strange why someone would want to preserve these works of art. As for the subjects themselves, some of them weren't caution while others are plainly absurd. Art is art, so I don't think my personal opinion matters much. Beyond that, if you're asking me about the author, then frankly, I can't make any kind of guess as to who that might be. More precisely, I don't have enough information to work with. I think we've spent long enough here. Let's head to the data center. Wait, Soyuz? Fine, let's go. Okay, that was weird. The author is an absolute cretin. Soyuz. Ring of the Wise. It was a doomsday bunker built under the Antarctic ice inside an underground sea. Ship girls looked out across the breathtaking landscape. Save for Soyuz, who was involved at the construction, amazement was in all their hearts. Water as far as the eye could see below, a sky of shimmering ice blue overhead, and rock formations more striking than they had ever imagined. They were feeling ecstatic, finally free from the bunker's sterile interiors. It's so cute. No, I mean so beautiful. Beautiful ain't that either. Weird is what it is. Don't forget this is underground. Why the hell are there mountains and sea down here? There's even a sky or horizon, some kind of mist. This is freaky no matter how you cut it. Underground isn't quite right. Technically, we're under an ice sheet. As for sea, it likely came out from ice melting inside this natural cave. It's not wrong to say this place is strange though, because it really is. What's over there, where the mist is all thick? Now what's under the surface? How deep's the water? Does anything live down here? Any living fossils, you know, like Colsanthus? I don't know. I never did investigate the surrounding area much since the bunker has laid unused for the most part. If by any chance the intruder scanned it, we can hope to learn more about this place. That is assuming they didn't delete everything. At any rate, the Rings data centers in this building just ahead. Let's hurry. Ah, feels good to finally sprint across the water again. Time to see what the sea has got in store for us. Ha ha ha. Alright. We are rapidly approaching the end of our time tonight. Just gotta go through this twice. So yeah, that was strange. Quite strange.
まとめて吹っ飛ばす。
一致団結を。
打ち続けなさい。
ロンドン級の
ええ、想定。進みましょう。後ずさることなく。
So on another topic, how do you like your new outfit for Monarch?
London 級の勝利の裏にある。
バカめ、無駄な抵抗をするんじゃないわ。全手法打ち続けなさい。
I like Monarch and I like office ladies. Wasn't she supposed to be a detective?
打ち続けなさい。
ええ、想定通りに進んでい
Level
ま
up
す。
for Soyuz. Hooray! It's Soyuz's first earned level.
進みましょう。後ずさることなく。
Yeah, close enough.
全手法打ち続けなさい。全
一致
手法
団結を。
打ち続けなさい。
ええ、想定。
Well, I do have to admit the pencil mini skirt combined with white button-up shirt combinations appealing. Definitely appealing.
バカめ、無駄な抵抗をするんじゃないわ。全手法打ち続けなさい。全
一致
手法
団結を。
打ち続けなさい。まとめて吹っ飛ばす。全手法打ち続けなさい。あんたが指揮官？
ええ、想定通りに進んでいますね。
Now waiting for a Monarch augment. Yeah, here's hoping. Have they done a unique augment for a PR ship yet? I don't think they
バ
have.
カめ、無駄な抵抗をするんじゃないわ。全手法打ち続けなさい。
Sadly, I don't think they'll ever give Ian Monarch's Hall of Fame
Event
profile
show.
frame.
打ち続けなさい。
That's a shame.
まとめて吹っ飛ばす。全手法打ち続けなさい。
Boom, headshot.
ええ、想定通り。
All right, one more fight.
「進みましょう。後ずさることなく。
君はこの勝った
Yes, the
わ。
three girls up front are doing pretty well.
進みましょう。後ずさることなく。
全手法打ち続けなさい。全手法打ち続けなさい。
Yeah. The battle ended quick, so you didn't see the crystal
指
barrage.
揮官
ええ、想定通り。
Alright. I need to take a quick AFK. I'll let this run while I'm doing that. Be right back.
進みましょう。後ずさることなく。
全手法打ち続けなさい。全手法打ち続けなさい。全手法打ち続けなさい。
Alright, I'm back.
勝ったわ。訓練。進みましょう。後ずさることなく。
全手法打ち続けなさい。
Man, these three are just mowing down wave after wave.
少年
勝利の裏にある犠牲を心に。
バカめ無駄な抵抗をするんじゃないわ。全手法打ち続けなさい。全手法打ち続けなさい。まとめて吹っ飛ばす。全手法打ち続けなさい。
ええ、想定通り。
Alright, here's the final boss.
「進みましょう。後ずさることなく。
全手法打ち続けなさい。まとめて吹っ飛ばす。全手法
Alright, here it
打
is.
ち続けなさい。
Boom! That was a great
まと
example.
めて吹っ飛ばす。
I'd say that covers a good 20% of the screen.
指揮官さん、勝ったわ。訓練だ。
Alright. Ring of the Wise. Ring area. Data center. Sometime later. Phew, fortunately I managed to recover some data. That's great news. So, what did you find? I learned a few things about the geography of the Snowmountain area and in manufacturing those crystals. I can confirm now that the crystals were indeed produced inside HL-17-36 and transported to the surface. As for the Snowmountain area, the bunker's heat dissipation system was behind it after all. The heat was directed towards this area after a certain amount of crystals had been delivered to the surface. Therefore, whoever produced these crystals also melted the ice around the drop-off point so they would inevitably be discovered. So they went out of their way to make it look like an anomalous phenomenon. But why? Why do any of this? Most likely to spark a conflict between factions using the crystals as bait. Or maybe they wanted to expose the bunker's existence to the world to block the Azur lane from reforming. As I was about to say, I also found info on some scans the intruder ran. What? Some scans. Okay. Copy editor. Apparently, before they even started producing the crystals, they released underwater exploration drones into the sea. That stands to reason they were looking for something under the water. They left behind quite a lot of survey data. Drones initially sent in regular monitoring data initially. After at some point, the feed started going offline, and as time passed, eventually all the connection with the drones was lost. Currently, there are 0 operational drones in the water. It can't be coincidence. I think something attacked them. Maybe something that's been living in this place since it formed millions of years ago. So we are dealing with a million-old seal monster? Roar! Ah! What was that for? You're so mean. You two looked so cute, I sparkled. I couldn't help myself. Don't call me cute ass that. Ah ha ha, don't be so mad. Come here and let me apologize, but we have a big hug. Okay, I forgive you. I don't want a damn hug. Ah ha 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 ha. Girls' silly antics help to lighten the tense mood. Meanwhile, the adults had a look around. Poltava found a tablet which she gave to Soyuz. Looks like it's been used. It was just lying there on the table. Interesting. Might have been the intruder. Let me have a look. Okay. Unsurprisingly, the intruder put a lock on the tablet. And so he's got an idea. She could use her administrator access. She tried to lift the lock on the device, and then... again, her surroundings all changed in an instant. She took it surprisingly well. After all, she had already experienced it once before when she touched the crystal. Or maybe she'd simply been accustomed to it, those tremors in reality, that she had been getting ever since she left the research station. Served me as a 60-year-old man in a 10-year-old's body. Yeah. Yeah. Whichever it was, she wasn't too shocked until she saw that tower. Is that a Siren's mainframe? Across the rays in a black tower with a frightening red eye reached high into the heavens. Light radiated from its crown, spreading across the sky in great ripples and a lake. Following compiler's defeat, Soyuz studied the information that Commander had shared with her. She was certain of what she was looking at. This was the inside of a mirror sea where a mainframe was stored. She's also certain of and in shock from the one right in front of her. Oh, hi! A ring shaped like an octopus grabbed a hold of Soyuz with its tentacles. I see where this is going, and it's not family friendly. Its apparent master, a dainty little girl at the center, extended a hand towards her. Your observer! It felt like a pressure was acting on her from every direction. Her body couldn't move as she wanted. Can't move by rigging. Why can't I move? You, it's your jamming, isn't it? Shit, the tentacles are crushing me. I can't breathe. Just as she was on the brink of falling unconscious, Soyuz looked at Observer's face. Hidden behind her many tentacles, she looked as though she was in pain. She's hurting? You can see a tear. The target of her jam was not in fact Soyuz, but rather the tablet. SOS. She's asking for help? And an order amount of time passed, then the darkness gave way to light. So you sharpened her focus and saw Poltva handing her the tablet. The vision was just that, a vision. Her reality was untouched. I'm back again. Back? Back from where, Nowhere. Forget I set up. Okay, so you dropped the tablet and looked like you saw a ghost. What happened? I had another hallucination. Don't worry, I'll be fine. I just need to rest. After going through the tablet's contents, Soyuz sat down in the chair to compose her thoughts. Was that observer's mainframe? Ironblood has said the likelihood is high that her mainframe is somewhere in the Southern Ocean. That can't be right. This is too good to be a coincidence. Bismarck, Friedrich. So much of our intel is uncertain. Still, I need to start forming theories. There are 3 potent suspects for who the intruder is. A siren, a meta, or whoever controlled that arbiter during the near superimposition event. They all possess advanced technology. It's also not far-fetched to say they could reach security here with ease, but my only lead is Observer. As that she disclosed her mainframe's whereabouts of her own volition here are as good as 0, so if it's not her, it's someone who's trying to gather everyone here. That's the most plausible theory I've got now. I don't know who, but someone has pinpointed the location of her mainframe. This person must have used the bunker's drones to find a way inside the mirror sea that hosts the mainframe. For one reason or another, they didn't succeed, so they're trying something new, assembling all factions here. They produced those crystals, brought them to the surface, and linked intel to Naval HQ to mobilize the Eagle Union. Outside ship girls would get involved and be used as scapegoats. No, this isn't enough. The theory has too many holes. Maybe Observer brought those crystals into existence and is asking us to rescue her? Maybe someone has shown me these visions as to guide our attention to Observer for some reason that would benefit them. Maybe the sirens are behind it all. They could be trying to turn us against each other to keep us away from Antarctica. What if they're putting us in danger to lure out Comrade Commander? Using the bunker as means to guide us, to guide the first party to discover the truth. Is that it? Could that be why Amiat's here? I'm not sure of anything anymore. Whatever really is going on here, we can't deal with a situation with this few people. We gotta get out of here immediately and tell the world what we've seen. Poltava. Yes, what is it? You look pale. Snowball area, the crystals. I think this is all one big trap. We return to the surface. No, we need to retreat from Antarctica entirely. Dun dun dun! Okay.
Luffy, もう少し
Sorry, Laffy, you're not the star of today's show. This lady
これは
is.
同志指揮官にしては予想外ですね。ですが
Okay. So yeah, that was something. Well, kind of something. Yeah. And you were very jumpy. I've got milestone rewards. Yay! Hiya, Monarch. What's with the revolver? Okay. Oh. Yeah, rental outfits, hooray. Interesting. Oh, hey. Another one of these. Kaboom! Kronstadt. Security Assault Team Captain. Aim at the helicopter, not at the prison. Those prison cells still have high bounty marks in them. Be more careful. Wow, so sorry. Voice part of the team. Fire again, huh? My weapon broke. The jail cells are iron-barred windows and just blown away. A big hole's been made in the wall. However, one would need wings of Icarus to reach a prison cell located so high in a tower with security this tight. Fortunately, one set of steel wings has accomplished just that. Amidst the booming of the helicopter engine, she descends from a hole in the wall like an angel set from above. The famous commander of the Sleepless City, unmoved even by such violent reception. We're short on time, so let me introduce myself right away. I am Ancient Archangel of the Silvering Resistance. Oh, there you go, Catastrophe. If I remember, you like Archangel. Archangel, Resistance Agent. And my mission is to rescue you, symbol of rebellion, no matter the cost. Ah, you sure you have the right person? I never mistake you for someone else. Or are you saying that someone other than you led the attack on her caravan? Tales of your heroism are spreading all over the Sleepless City. If you join the resistance, our victory is all but assured. Look at that smile. Rebellion. Where are the Phantom Pamiat's words? I'm to the top of the Manager Tower of that baby, and you'll be the new master of this Sleepless City. Saving countless suffering people, becoming a king of a new era, changing millions of lives with a single whim. Do what you gotta do, huh? Can you take me to the Manager Tower? Don't worry, we'll evacuate you to... Wait, what? Manager Tower? That place is the tightest security in the whole Sleepless City. Going with this helicopter alone would be suicide. There's no need for you to go through such a risk again, right? I mean, I have my reasons. But... Tee-hee, security patrol speaking. Warning intruders, there's nowhere left to run. This is your final warning. Stop resisting and surrender right away. Abercrombie, prison patrol member. Otherwise, we cannot guarantee your safety. Damn, I didn't think Kronstadt would send backup so fast. But it's fine. The resistance means cooperate with your plans anyway. I'll lure security away. The rest is up to you. Good luck to you, Commander. After the mysterious agent leaves, the helicopter suddenly rises upward and flies away from the jail. Hooray! The intruders left! I bet they were all scared because our patrol team came running. Don't be a fool, Agnavoy. This isn't just a matter of intruders coming and leaving. Jeez, I didn't realize her Live 2D was so intricate. Huh? What? Calling all units from the prison. I repeat, calling all units on duty. The helicopters escaped with a very important target. Be on the lookout for any helicopters not registered with the Sleepless City's management system. Agnavoy, you stay here. Abercrombie, and ensure all water routes are sealed. I will take responsibility for land routes. Now move! Okay, roger that. Helicopter noise and security vehicle sirens gradually fade away. Seems Archangel managed to draw security's attention. That not only leaves the question of how I can escape this place. Jumping out of the hole in the wall is obviously out of the question. Even if I managed to hit water from this height, the surface tension would kill me. Am I screwed? Yep. More the opposite. When things get tough, I say you should go with the flow. An unexpected voice comes from the dark hallway. A girl wearing a security uniform peeks in through the prison cell's bars. Damn, they left someone behind? Part of me starts to regret not taking the jump out the window idea more seriously. But she suddenly whips out a key and opens the cell door for me. Open sesame! Come on, I'm not a prison guard. Alan M. Summer, also known as a Phantom Thief, Mysterious. Mysterious. Yeah, it's so clever. Your reputation precedes you, Commander. Phantom Thief Mysterious. Yeah. It's kind of amazing how easy it was to infiltrate this place. You remember this too? Nope, I'm just a phantom thief flying solo and free. I'll die before I fight for someone else. I only care about things that pique my interest, such as you little big shot. And you're after me. That's right, you've really piqued my interest. Besides, I hear this prison is where they stow the best of the bad. Sneaking a legend like you is a challenge of a lifetime. How could I, the legendary Phantom Thief, refuse? Phantom Thieves are all about stealing heavily defended things, right? Your explanation is simultaneously dubious and overconfident. But strangely, it convinces me to trust her. Is it because I've heard that line somewhere before? Hello? Just stand there like a lump. They're going to figure out my decoy soon, so we gotta get out of here fast. Oh, I'm sorry, let's go. Am I leading the way, Mysterious? Okay. Let's get our milestone rewards. Okay, so that was day one of... what was the name? Snowrealm Peregrination. Hooray! I will be streaming day 2 tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. We'll get right into the story this time. No polls. Since I got everybody. Well, everybody but Pammy Meta, but she'll come. I hope everyone that came by had a pleasant time. Catastrophe, it's always great to see you. Good night and see everybody.